Automotive, commercial, marine, RV, and specialty. We also offer delivery and on-site installation, serving our customers quality products for over 50 years in the home of honest, reliable service. Go to slbt.com and book your next appointment.
Now, it's time for a little R&R.
Call into the bucket, lays it up and in.
Ball game, Rizzo! Live in the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, this is Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3.
This team is going to be tough when they finally get it together.
Sit back and relax. Let Russo and Rizzo take you home.
Oh, mercy!
Light him up, Colin!
Well, if you were a peculiar NFL fan who was really thinking about how his Thanksgiving is going to be in regard to the sports schedule, and you were one of those people that were rooting for the best possible Thanksgiving you could get in regard to the schedule, nothing to do with food, nothing to do with family, nothing to do with the event. It's all about if the Thanksgiving NFL slate is going to be good enough. Good news. It's going to be. It's Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Colin Russo with you. You got Mike Rizzo and Damian Perez behind the glass. We're at the City Place Studios in downtown West Palm Beach. We're streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter/X at ESPN West Palm. Got you for the next 3 hours today because we got the fifth quarter starting at 6 p.m. going up until 7. And it should be a good one today. A lot to react to. NFL Week 12 just about closed. You have the Panthers and Niners closing things out tonight. And then you got 4 games during the week this coming week. It's a good week of sports. Lots to look forward to, lot to talk about, and a lot of fun to be had. Mike Rizzo across from me. How are you doing today, my friend?
Good, partner. Ready to roll. You know, good NFL weekend. Inter Miami getting a win as well.
Staying alive.
Real successful weekend on all fronts.
When's that next game?
Is Saturday at about 6 o'clock.
Saturday, 6 o'clock.
Yep.
So you're going to be here for that?
I will be here for that, and I'm looking forward to it.
I would be too. Wow. Saturday, 6 o'clock, huh?
Yeah.
If only it could have been earlier. Saturday, 3 o'clock, I think would have been a little better, right?
No. Thankfully not.
Well, why is that?
Because you got Ohio State and Michigan. I got to.
What time is that at?
That's at noon.
Oh,
but
that's at noon.
You know that godforsaken Big Noon's a 5-hour product, so you got to make sure the schedule's clear from about 12 to 5.
Well, this is Mike's favorite week of the year. He's got Ohio State, Michigan, and he's got a crucial Inter-Miami playoff game this Saturday, which I'm looking forward to Mike to breaking down. So we got that. We got the Cowboys. So here's what we needed to have. We talked about this last Friday. What we needed as sports fans, if everything went to plan, and this includes Shedeur playing pretty well and then the Browns winning the game. Let's get that out of the way. Shedeur played, a serviceable game, and he won his first start. All right, there's number one. Number two, we needed the Chiefs to win. It was 20-9 at one point in the second half, and the Chiefs were able to somehow win it in overtime. That's number two. Number three, we need the Cowboys to win. Down 21-0 in the first quarter to the Eagles, and they're able to come back and win the game, basically shutting them out for 3 quarters. That's number three. We need the Lions to win. Lions were down 10 points in the fourth quarter to the New York Giants. They were down 27-17 with about 13 to go, and it took overtime to beat the Giants. Lions won. We needed the Packers to win. How about the Packers playing some good football? J.J. McCarthy is terrible.
Yeah, he
But the Packers, nonetheless, probably put together one of the more complete games of their entire season. They won the game. And on top of that, you had crucial divisional matchups get a little bit more interesting. What do I mean by that? The Colts lost. So the Colts losing that AFC South is now going to be very interesting. Not only that, the Bears won. The Bears continue to win. They took down the Steelers in a game where they mostly controlled it, but it was back and forth in that first half, and the Eagles lost. So now you put a little pressure on the Eagles to make that Black Friday game good.
Right.
I don't think we could, and also my Survivor won with Seattle, so I'm still alive in my Survivor pool. I don't think you could script up a better week.
No. And, obviously you got the turkey, you got the great dinner. Well, now we got great football, too. Every single game is going to have implications on Thanksgiving.
Joe Burrow's coming back, too. That's another one.
But, even the Ravens, I told you they have to keep winning. They have to keep winning. And then, obviously, they did win.
Against the Jets, a bad game. But
it was a bad game. They survived.
Lamar has not played well.
They are number one in the AFC North right now. Numero uno in that North division. So it looks like I'm probably going to be going Christian some coffee. And for those of you that don't know, add a little context to that. I bet Christian a week's worth of coffee that the Ravens would miss the playoffs. Not looking too good there, bud. Not looking too good.
You need the Steelers to beat them head
and
to
they
head.
stink. So, they stink. So I don't know what the hell they were doing at quarterback. I don't think anybody knew what the hell they were doing at quarterback yesterday. So if you watch that godforsaken game, it was bad.
Rudolph's not terrible.
He's pretty bad at call. He's pretty bad.
The coaching staff stinks.
Yeah. Now,
I'm out on the coaching staff.
Listen, you went through all the big things that happened. No, dude, your Jaguars again pulling off.
You want to talk about a godforsaken game?
Wow.
One of the worst games I've ever watched in my entire life.
Dude, 7-4. 7-4 your Jags are sitting on.
They have two overtime wins over the Cardinals and the Raiders, and they're 7-4.
Now, Christian Cat, who is not with us today, we have Damian Perez at the City Boy Studios today, but Christian texted our Russo and Rizzo group chat, Colin, you do this every week? Because he was locked into that Jag game, and like everybody was in the country, at the witching hour.
Trevor Lawrence, the teams that in NFL history were 50-0 in the last 50 games when they were +4 in the turnover margin, now 50-1 because the Cardinals lost that game.
Yeah, in walks Trevor Lawrence, one of the more, I don't even know what to call him. What do we call him? Mayhem?
He had 2 turnovers on 2 possessions, a terrible, god-awful interception in the early part of the fourth quarter, and then he gives basically they're up. 17-14, and Trevor Lawrence throws an awful interception for his 4th turnover of the game, and the Cardinals score in three plays from 50 yards out. They score 3 plays. They score to take the lead 21-17. I'm like, bench him. Put in Nick Mullins. I do not want to see him anymore. What does Lawrence do? He does a 6-play, 70-yard drive, touchdown, go-ahead drive in the fourth quarter. That is Trevor Lawrence.
That's what he does.
That's what he does. He's the Josh Allen of Jameis Winston.
Your kicker's a weapon, too. That kid, Cam Little.
Cam Little, he's a
weapon.
Beast. He's the guy who hit the 68-yarder.
He is a weapon.
Yeah, he hit a 70-yarder in preseason.
I don't want to, and obviously it was a big win for the Jags, but like, Colin, at any point do you look at Trevor Lawrence and go, good golly.
This is it.
I mean,
Mike,
what the hell? You're going to do this?
This is the experience.
Now, he's under contract. That guy's going absolutely nowhere.
So this is it.
But it's
this is it. I made my peace with it.
Oh, my Lord.
Now, the one thing you got to give him credit for is he's throwing to Parker Washington, Austin Trammell, and Tim Patrick. Yeah. That's who he's throwing to.
Well, Thomas and Hunter, injured?
All out. No more Hunter for the year. You got to give him a little credit there. So, he's playing with you and me at receiver. But the way I view him is he is one of the more polarized, quite literally, a polarizing quarterback.
Who's your tight end? Evan Ingram?
No.
You bring him back?
Evan Ingram's with the
You bring him back?
Denver. No, it's Brenton Strange.
Oh my God.
Brenton Strange and Johnny Munn.
Yeah, you're grasping at straws there with what
Brenton
you're
Strange's
working
pretty
with.
good.
Dude, no, you want to know who I realistically give credit is the coach.
Coach is a great coach. There's no doubt about that. Do you ever watch every game, win or lose, they show the post-game locker room speech, which I love.
I have seen them. But like on a team like that and that godforsaken offense, they don't have
one rookie that's playing. You know that? They don't have one rookie that's playing.
And they don't have it, but
the only rookie that's playing is a 7th-round rookie running back.
And you're in luck. You don't have the draft pick, but like the draft pick's like not going to be that high.
It'll be in the 20s.
And who has that draft pick?
Oh, Cleveland.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. But yeah.
Well, hold on.
7-4
Jacksonville's top 3 draft picks are season-ending injuries, and one of them didn't even play a snap all year. I mean, that's just what they do. It's a bizarre team, but that will be a fun team because I don't think anybody wants to. I'm not just saying this because I think they do.
Come on.
Nobody's going to want to see them. Why? Because you have no idea what you're going to get. That is a team that out of nowhere can knock a good team off. And they might get a home game.
Yeah,
you gotta keep
that
in mind,
playoff picture's insane.
They're only a game back of the Colts. They have 2 against the Colts, and the rest of the schedule, they have 2 against the Titans. They have the Jets. The Colts have a brutal schedule. They could totally get that home game.
It's like, dude, Jacksonville, like obviously you're watching every snap. But if you're like me and don't have any skin in the game on Jacksonville,
you can only see what you see.
Just wait till the fourth quarter to watch that game.
Yeah.
Just wait. When the fourth quarter starts, just make sure you have that game on because that's when the game actually starts. Doesn't matter what happens in the first 3 quarters because you know it's going to be close and you know it's going to come down to the final last couple of possessions and you know Lawrence is going to turn the ball over about 2 times. I mean,
let's think about it for a second. The Raiders had the Jacksonville Jaguars. They scored in overtime to tie it up and they went for 2 for the win and they did not get. Guy was open and they did not get it because they got batted down at the line of scrimmage. And then that god awful Arizona Cardinal game, where it was also an overtime and they barely escaped. And the other game was Kansas City when Trevor Lawrence was on that the rushing touchdown where he tripped over his own feet, got up, and then ran for a go-ahead score.
And didn't Mahomes have a pick 6 in that game?
He did. He had a pick 6 to Devin
So there
Lloyd.
you go. That is just mayhem. You can't construct more mayhem than that. Now listen, quickly on the Cardinals because they're 3-8 and they're out of it. But like, it's the pressure on Gannon now because last week, Colin, we made our list on coaches who have a lot of pressure on them.
He's
losing
in a bad
that
spot.
game like that, like When is it? Listen, you got Jacoby Brissett. I mean, 400 yards, 317 now? Like, you think they'd be able to steal one of these games.
Brissett was not bad in the game, and their receivers were not bad in the game. That's without Marvin Harrison. It's a weird team. They have a lot of penalty issues. They have a lot of holding calls. That's coaching.
Yep.
A lot of coaching stuff kind of fell back on them. So I don't know how I view the Cardinals. Part of me thinks that they're better off playing Kyler Murray in the trade block because there's going to be a lot of quarterback needed. You're telling me the Raiders wouldn't go after Kyler Murray? If they don't get a great pick in the draft to go get somebody, you don't tell me somebody like that will be interested in Kyler Murray's services. Or if the Jets don't get one of the top 3 picks and they don't have a place to get a quarterback, I don't know if that. And they go get somebody like that. Go play him on the trading block. If they like Gannon internally, I understand giving him another year because the idea is you're not fixing it next offseason. You're not washing everything. You're not getting a new rookie quarterback next year. You're not.
Yeah.
So because of that, you can keep Gannon around, see another year, and then if that all goes to crap, then you could wash everything.
He's just in that weird year 3 year where it does not look better.
But they don't have a ton of pressure. I don't think they have a ton of pressure to fire him because of the fact that they're not in position to get. They're not going to get the top 3 picks in the draft.
Yeah.
It's going to be Tennessee, the Raiders, the Browns maybe not, but the Jets are going to get a pick like that, and there's not a lot of quarterbacks to be passed around. And that's
Saints.
They need that. They need offensive line. Saints, another good one.
Yep.
So for that reason, I would say there's not a ton of pressure to fire him because you're not rebuilding next year. You're going to try to fix it. I think next year is probably the last year that the Cardinals are really going to give it an honest rip, either with Kyler Murray or without, with the roster they have. And then after that, they're going to try to
just seems like, and lastly on the Jags and Cards, if you're a Jag fan, oh my God, you finally got the coach. And if you're a Cardinal fan, it's my God, all these injuries. This is year 3 again, and it doesn't look any better.
I mean,
now, Kyle, to bounce her out even more.
Hold on, really one last thing here.
Yeah.
AFC, there are 7 teams in the playoff picture. Buffalo, Jacksonville, Chargers, Baltimore, Indianapolis, Denver, and New England. Is Jacksonville the team you trust least?
Yeah, easily, right? New England
What about the Chargers?
The khaki pants, the cheater, pumpkin eater usually figures it out.
Listen to that.
He usually figures it out.
I can't listen to that.
They were the home team last year to the Texans, and Herbert threw 4 picks. Am I wrong
Terrible.
on this?
Yeah, and the one before that was when they blew a 21-7-0 lead on Jacksonville.
They'll do the same thing. They'll figure it out in some way.
I don't think you're giving Jacksonville. Remember, Trevor Lawrence has a playoff win. You got to keep that in mind.
Boy,
he had that Charger
it was
game.
one of the better comebacks I've ever seen in my life. And that's what did Staley? What the hell is his name?
Staley. Yeah, get him out.
God, he was terrible. And the Silver Fox, your guy, Doug Peterson.
That's not my guy.
That's your guy.
Yeah,
that's your guy.
But that was one of the best wins. That was Trevor Lawrence. And remember, they played well against Kansas City. They played him in the divisional round.
Yeah.
And Lawrence played pretty well in the game. Now he's got 15 turnovers on the year.
You can't tell me I do not trust that. You trust that more than khaki pants and Herbert?
I trust it because the one thing.
So hang on, that's the team.
Give Lawrence a little credit because he's played in every big game imaginable.
I'm not going to give him credit.
Am I wrong there?
It's been
he's played in every big. He's played in the college football playoffs nonstop. He's been in big games before. I'm not worried about the pressure.
6 NFL head coaches.
That's why I don't trust Herbert. Because Herbert, you had that outside of that Rose Bowl victory over Wisconsin, he's played in no big games. Lawrence has played in big games. So I can't say I don't completely. I would have some faith that he might be able to figure it out.
Herbert has played in big games. He has not played well in the big games. Okay.
Lawrence has. Gotta give him a little credit.
A half in the NFL at least.
Oh, no, but they played well against the Chiefs.
Fine. Clemson, all right.
Include college.
All right, whatever. Clemson, fine, but college to the pros. The guy had one good half. That was it. And Grant won the game. You give him credit.
Played well against the Chiefs. Being wrong. Dead wrong. Played well against the Chiefs. Mike, you got to trust this team a little bit now. They're like the Bears. At a certain point,
you're bought in. Fair play to you.
I'm not bought in.
You want to know what?
Mike, they can lose.
You are bought in. This is a man that is bought in.
When they lose to the Tennessee Titans on the road, they will lose to Tennessee on the road next week.
I am happy.
Tennessee's playing better.
I am happy that you are buying into your football team. I love it. That's what it's all about.
Mike,
that's what it's all about.
I am so hesitant. We are walking on thin wire with them.
If you're going to ask me the question, which team do I trust the less? It's them.
Well, there's an answer.
It's them, man.
The Chargers. It's the Chargers.
It's
the Chargers. You got to trust the Chargers the least. Be fair. You got to trust the Chargers the least.
That khaki, you talk about a guy finding a way to win. That cheater khaki pants finds a way to win. He's going to win one of these playoff games one of these years. All right. I got to admit, he's a great coach. All right. But first-year head coach, I'm not going to trust a first-year head coach and a quarterback that's the definition of Jekyll and Hyde. Right? I mean, he's Jack Frost. He's one weekend, he's St. Nick the other weekend. 'Tis the season. He's the guy that saves the day and the guy that's ice cold some weeks. It's the way it goes. I can't buy into that.
It's a fun watch. It's a crazy
watch.
They're a little bit like Carolina.
Heart attack being a fan of that team.
They're a little bit like Carolina. They're a little bit like Carolina.
God, you love crazy teams, dude.
Those polarizing 1 week on, 1 week off.
All right, can we get to the Giant game? Because that was one of the craziest games I've ever seen.
They fired their defensive coordinator because of it.
To the point of Malik Neighbors' conspiracy theory about the team after the game in a tweet. Geez, Kyle. And then Jameis Winston doing what Jameis Winston does. A bunch of passing yards and an L.
Reception touchdown, too.
Which
is one of the coolest plays
you cannot make that up.
That was awesome.
Was that Mike Kafka?
The interim.
Fair play to him, dude.
They've blown 5 leads. They blew the lead against the Dallas Cowboys when they had the 3-point lead with 20 seconds to go, and they let them run down the field and win in overtime. They blew the lead against the Saints. They had a 14-3 lead in that ball game. We know what happened in the Denver game when they gave up 33 points. They were up 18 with 4 minutes to go. They were leading the Bear game, which got Dable fired. They've been a mess.
My blue-blooded Giant buddy, Paulie, texted me. He goes, Riz, we're a playoff team. I go, stop it. He goes, go look at the one-score games. Those go our way. We're fighting for the playoffs. That's where blue-blooded Giant fans are right now.
Defensive coordinator ago, head coach ago,
what I said.
And your initial starter ago.
2 quarterbacks ago. You got Russell Wilson and Jackson Dart. They killed Dart. They killed that kid. Would you even play that kid at the end of the season? So, I can't listen to that. But they have been close games. They've been a pretty fun watch. Each Giant game every week is usually a fun watch.
And they had a 10-point lead against They had a 10-point lead. They were 27-17 with 10 minutes to go.
You remember what I told you about the Lions Friday? I said, Colin, there's something wrong with them. I still stand by that.
You know what's weird about them?
I still stand by that.
They want to die on this hill of giving David Montgomery a full drive and then giving Jahmyr Gibbs a full drive. And the team is night and day different when Montgomery's on the field versus when Jahmyr Gibbs on the field. Jahmyr Gibbs on the field, they score in 6 plays. And then Montgomery comes on the field, and they're 3 and outing.
Now, Kyle, we're both public school kids, but you're more sharp in the math department. What's 220 divided by 15? Because that's what he was averaging a carry.
220 divided by 15.
14 yards a carry. He was averaging 14 yards a carry. And you're going to get it. You gave him the ball 15 times? He ran for 220? Come on, man.
In 275 yards.
Ridiculous. Give the kid the ball.
And they give him full drives off. I understand it's trying to preserve him, but for a team that, up against the wall against the Giants, the second they started giving it to Jahmyr Gibbs every single drive, the second they started scoring in bunches, that's going to be a great game.
Dude,
Lions-Packers on Thanksgiving.
I'll tell you what, I had the Browns on in the background, but I missed a lot of the 4 o'clock slate. I watched all the 1 o'clock slate. It was good football yesterday.
Very good football.
It was that's the best
week. The Sunday night game stunk.
And guess who had Baker Mayfield in a must-win fantasy matchup? And Micah Buga.
Regardless, talk about a team that's something wrong with them. That's the team.
That's it right there. That's it right there. But to be fair, I thought the Lions were dead by rights. The Giants just pulled a giant, and they probably should have won that football game. But the NFC North is fascinating with the Bears, the Packers, and now the Lions, all jockeying for position and all playing each other. What's the Detroit matchup on
Detroit's
Thursday?
playing the Packers.
Okay, so there you go. There you go.
Great game.
It starts Thursday with this crazy division within the NFC North.
Go download the ESPN South Florida app. You can listen to those games. Listen to Inter Miami, which is coming up this Saturday. Huge game as they advance in the postseason. You got Mike Rizzo on the coverage there. Looking forward to that. You got Russo and Rizzo. You got Theoretically Speaking. You got all the great coverage that we do from throughout the Palm Beach County high school sports scene. You got it all in one spot, the ESPN South Florida app. Listen to it there. Download it for free on the App Store today. It's Russo and Rizzo taking the time out here on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
What would you do with an extra $700? You can earn up to $700 per year with Boost Checking from Flagler Credit Union. Boost Checking pays 7.0 annual percentage yield on balances up to $10,000. That's up to $700 extra to do what you love. Boost Checking from Flagler Credit Union. Requirements apply to earn the highest dividend rates. Limit 1 checking account per membership. Dividend rates and annual percentage yield subject to change. Business accounts do not qualify. Insured by NCUA, proud partner of Florida Atlantic University Athletics.
Hey guys, Mike Rizzo here. I know you're moving soon. Don't stress it. Call Good Greek for your total relocation solution. From packing and storage to local and long-distance moves, Spiro and his team at Good Greek Moving and Storage has you covered from start to finish. Trusted by families, businesses, and teams like the Heat and the Hurricanes for over 2 decades. Make your next move simple, safe, and stress-free.
Good Greek Moving and Storage. Your superhero movers.
Come to Greenway Kia of West Palm Beach, where we're changing the game. No pushy salespeople, just friendly product specialists on salary, ready to help you find your perfect Kia. During the Kia Season of New Traditions sales event, save up to $11,000 off MSRP on select new Kias. We even put the factory invoice right on the windshield so you can see exactly what you're saving. No back and forth, just one manager from start to finish for a smooth, easy process. We'll handle your paperwork, transfer your tag and insurance, and even schedule a post-delivery review to walk you through your new features on your time. Can't make it in? We'll bring the test drive to you. So don't wait. Visit Greenway Kia of West Palm Beach today. No hassle, no pressure, just the perfect car for you. Online at GreenwayKiaWestPalmBeach.com.
We want to see ya in a Greenway Kia.
With approval through KF8 stock number SG005991. MSRP $45,235 plus tax, tag, and $9.99 admin fee. Discount includes all Kia factory rebates to dealer. Offers don't combine. Expires 1/5/26.
Want to accelerate your career as a manager or executive in the exciting industry of sports? Florida Atlantic University's MBA in Sport Management program is ranked #1 in Florida and 10th in the world. Students learn practical and applied skills from top faculty and experts who work in the industry. With a 94% placement rate for all grads, the full-time MBA program sets students up for success in the world of sports. Check out Florida Atlantic University's MBA in Sport Management program today by going to business.fau.edu.
Get ready for one of the biggest college football events of the year. It's the 12th annual Bush's Boca Raton Bowl of Beans. Tuesday, December 23rd at 2 p.m. at beautiful Flagler Credit Union Stadium. 2 of the best Group of 5 teams battle it out in sunny South Florida. And just like Bush's Beans, the game is packed with real flavor and tradition. Over 150 players have gone from the field to the NFL. Who's going to be next? Grab your seats now by going to BocaRatonBowl.com. The Bush's Boca Raton Bowl of Beans.
Let's get back to the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. This is Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3.
Anajar and Levine. If you've been in a car accident, truck accident, suffered a slip and fall, my friends Mark Anajar and Glenn Levine at Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys, they are the type that fight for you. They don't charge you unless you win. They work tirelessly to get you the maximum compensation that you deserve. Why settle for just any attorney? Demand the best. Demand Anajar and Levine today, because that's the difference. All it takes is that one phone call. Take back control of your life. Don't wait. Call for the free consultation today. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. Take back control now with Anajar and Levine. You want to know where the drama is?
Where's that?
Some random Browns-Raider game where, in my opinion, the biggest takeaway was on the Raider side of things and how I don't even know what the next move is. They already moved on from their offensive coordinator, your guy, Chip Kelly, and now they got a 74-year-old head coach who's going nowhere fast. You can't necessarily fire because he's a legend, and you won't fire him. But clearly it's not working, and there's a disconnect. But on the other side of things, Shedeur Sanders was the first Browns quarterback in, 17 quarterbacks?
Yeah, so he was, 7 out of 17, he was the first one to win his debut.
First rookie quarterback to win their debut and in the last 17 quarterbacks for the Browns. And he won it yesterday. Are you writing home that we found him?
I'm a Shedeur man.
I know. Let's cue the overreaction.
Damian Perez, I am a Shedeur man.
Cue the overreaction.
Now, I told you, we will find out Sunday if all this young man needed was a full week's practice. Granted, it was 3 days. I wish that Shedeur would have been the guy in the offseason because I actually think he could be a halfway decent quarterback. Did he make mistakes? Yes. Is the offensive line very bad for the Browns? Yes. Should have been a touchdown with Isaiah Bond if he didn't trip over his 2 feet? Yes. Did Jerry Jeudy have one of the biggest boneheaded plays you will ever see in NFL history?
Terrible fumble.
Absolutely. The kid doesn't have a lot around him, and I still liked what I saw. I know one thing's for certain, Colin, all right? I don't need to see Dylan Gabriel. Are we good on that? Like, Like, all right, the eye
Didn't
test.
Dylan Gabriel play well in his first start, too?
Kyle, it's the eye test. It's the eye test. Shador passes the eye test more than Gabriel. We don't need to see that. And Kevin Stefanski actually came out and said today that Shador is going to be the starter against the 49ers. So we got our wish. In a quarterback draft, Kyle, where there's not listen, Fernando Mendoza, yada yada. Listen, the Browns probably won't have the number 1 pick, and they're not going to get Mendoza and or whoever may be up there.
You guys are killing your stock.
It's you're going to go into the season with Shador being the starter going into next. I don't want Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray would get killed in our division. He would get killed in our division. That kind of quarterback doesn't work.
You want Trevor?
He's not Lamar Jackson. No, I don't want Trevor Lawrence. I'll take Shador Sanders next year. And then you fit if he, you give him
Mike,
the year.
It's been one game. It's been 5 quarters.
And guess what?
5 quarters.
The kid's got aura, and the kid's a gamer. Sign me up.
He's got aura.
Sign me up. He's got aura. Sign me up. Sign me up, man. Sign me up. Give him a full off season. Look what 3 days of practice with the ones.
Oh, here we go. So the one thing I'll say.
Look what 3 days.
I'm happy he played. I'm happy he won the game. I'm happy.
But you get quickly. Last thing, you get what I'm saying though, Kyle. I found
very partially.
I found out that performance against the Ravens was because he was ill prepared. It looks like this kid has some game.
That's what I found. You know what the funniest part about this? Shador Sanders played a game where they won the game. He probably had the best matchup possible in the entire league. I don't think there's a team in the entire league that's playing worse than the Raiders right now. The Titans are playing better than the Raiders right now because they actually clawed back into the game against Seattle. They played well against Houston. They're playing better. The Jets are playing better than the Raiders right now. The Raiders are the worst team since that Jacksonville loss in that 3-week period. So I think he was fortunate about that. It's timing. Another thing is if you check the stats,
perfect timing.
He had a pretty good start, pretty good statistically on just surface level. And then when you get into like the advanced stats, all right, how well is he throwing the ball down the field? How well is he on second read? That stuff is not good. So it's perfectly down the middle of.
What do you mean downfield? The only
EPA per play. He had the Dylan Sampson.
You're going.
You know what the funniest thing?
Going Poindexter.
You know what the funniest thing?
Take off the glasses,
like
Inspector Magoo.
Shador's first touchdown, guys, and it's a screen pass to the running back who runs the ball.
Well, it should have been
65.
Colin, it should have been a 60-yard touchdown to Bond. The brother tripped over his 2 feet. I can't handle it. If Judy isn't emoting on the field, come on.
So the funniest part is the advanced stuff does not favor him. The surface level stuff does favor him, and they won the game. It's the perfect game for this discourse because people are either in on him or out. Here's the bottom line. There's a couple things that are, in my opinion, true that I think people are getting wrong. Number one, everybody loves turning to Stefanski. Oh, you failed this kid. You failed this kid. The coaching staff have failed. I've heard this nonstop. First of all, point me in the direction of the last third-string quarterback that has been given steady hand of first-team reps. You point me in one direction, please.
Well, he was unfairly labeled the third-string quarterback.
Unfairly? Behind who? Behind the guy who's starting for Cincinnati at the moment, Flacco, and the guy who was drafted ahead of him in the draft, Dylan Gabriel.
Stefanski's guy, Dylan Gabriel, by the way. He wanted him, Colin. He wanted him. That's his guy.
He was drafted 2 rounds ahead of him.
And he wrongfully played him over Shador for the last couple of weeks. We wasted time. We wasted time with Dylan Gabriel.
Nonsense. We
wasted time with Dylan Gabriel.
Gosh. Here's the thing. First of all, no third-string quarterback. First of all, half the teams don't even have third-string quarterbacks on the roster that even show up to game day and put a jersey on. So that's problem number one. Problem number two is there are no fifth-round rookie quarterback. You think Will Howard is getting steady reps in practice? He was a fifth-rounder. Why has Mike Tomlin failed Will Howard? That's Mike's guy.
You got to realize.
What do I got to realize?
He hasn't been a third-string quarterback in 8 weeks? The argument was he was one play away from being on the field and he was getting no experience. You heard Cam Newton talk about it, all right? Jake, who was his backup? Derek Anderson, former Browns quarterback. How ironic. Derek Anderson would take snaps with the ones because you're a play away.
Fine.
Isn't that on
That's
the coach?
True. Cam Newton was an MVP, and you got another guy who's a rookie. You got a rookie. This is a rookie. This guy needs the reps. I understand you want to prepare both, but to blame Stefanski like some negligence is going on and he's purposely outing Shador Sanders because he doesn't give him reps.
Post-game press?
He was a third-string quarterback. What are we talking about? I think that is the most it's so divisive and it's so misguided because no third-string quarterback string lineup. I mean, you're running the same offense. I mean, what? Like we're confused on the play calls. I mean, you're running the same thing. And you're not getting reps yet because you're not the starter. I don't understand how it's negligence when the third-string quarterback's not getting reps. It happened for Dylan Gabriel played for 3.5 weeks.
He's got it out for him. It just seems
he
like
was out, and then he was out. And
and Colin, I'm not as close to the situation as my old man and Aaron Goldhammer who covered the team, but it's like from my outside eye, it just looks like he's not a fan of him. It sounds like he's. Did you hear what he said in the presser, in the post game, and even in the locker room celebration? Like, this should count as the first time a rookie quarterback ever won in their debut in the last 17 times, and he quickly brushed over it. Like, oh, the offense needs to get better. Yeah, it does, but geez, oh man, give the kid some credit. And then, and he came out today, so I'll give him credit here. He came out today and said he's going to be the starter. He didn't want to comment on it yesterday.
That's all we want.
But at the same time, like, it was weird. Kevin handled that very, very weird at the end of that game, which isn't about. I like Stefanski too. You want to know what I don't like about Stefanski? His offense stinks. And I think that's what people should be getting hard on Stefanski for, is that the offense has looked like crap for 3 years. And he might not have the personnel for it. Fine. I'll listen to that. But running the ball 30 times a game when you don't have an offensive line is insanity. I get the rookie quarterbacks. I get all that. His offense stinks. I think that's the thing that people are avoiding even more than the Shedeur stuff.
Calling negligence when the guy who's third on the depth chart.
One play away, Kyle.
They also had Pickett. They also had Pickett. Let's keep that in mind.
He was one play away from being the 5
guys on the roster, and we're calling negligence and unfair treatment because the guy was not getting reps. Are we listening to ourselves? You know how little NFL teams practice midseason? They have 2 practices with pads. They have 2. I mean, they treatment the first 2 days of the week, then they practice Wednesday and Thursday. They walk through and travel on Friday, and that's it. That's it. They don't practice that much. And there's a lot of rules nowadays with how much teams can practice. And we're supposed to give this guy 100 reps in practice because Cam Newton said his MVP year when the guy could run down the field with his eyes closed. Because that's the reason. I mean, come on.
No, you're ignoring the fact, though, that that the coach wasted our time with Dylan Gabriel for
You can't say that. You can't say he wasted his
time when
you gave a rookie quarterback an honest chance.
We were good after 2 games. We were good after 2 games.
Well, how come we weren't good after one half last week? How come we weren't good after one half? Same principle.
But listen, your first game, he looked comparatively better.
I think you're wrong. I think you're wrong in saying that because it's the same principle after Shedeur Sanders.
But first off, it was about a quarter and a half. Kyle, it was about a quarter and a half.
If he stinks next week, you're going to come out here and say, we'll give him time. Well, give him time. You didn't give time to Dylan Gabriel. Just admit it. You just
Colin,
want
listen, I appreciate you going to bat for Dylan Gabriel because you're the only person I know that's going to go bat for him. No one thinks that guy's a pro. You think that guy's a pro? Come on.
I'm not defending
He's not a pro.
I'm not saying he's better.
That kid ain't a pro.
Mike.
Shedeur looked like a pro.
Mike, I'm not talking about Gabriel. I'm talking about how everybody's blaming the head coaching staff because they gave the guy who was a 5th-round pick less reps than the guy who was the 3rd-round pick, who probably would have been drafted ahead of Sanders in any of the drafts. All 32 teams would have drafted Gabriel before Sanders. Every single one. So now we're supposed to, it's negligence that they didn't give Sanders the right. Every other team thought the same thing. So clearly, the Browns were not the only team that didn't like his services. So now we're going to call, this is why Stefanski didn't want him drafted, because now he's being called negligence because he didn't give a 5th rounder enough reps in practice as a 3rd string. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. It's the dumbest thing I've heard in my entire life.
But he wasn't the 3rd string
for 3 weeks.
after
For 3 weeks. For 3 weeks. The guy played 3 games, including one overseas. It didn't play at all.
Would you admit that?
Played a month.
Would you admit that they did not have that kid ready to go at a moment's notice?
Fine.
That's all I'm trying to argue.
I make an argument any rookie's not ready at a moment's notice.
Okay.
I make an argument that any single player.
My big thing is that they wasted time with Dylan Gabriel. They wasted my time.
You can't say that when
they wasted my time.
How about this? I'll tell you why you're wrong.
Time.
I'll tell you why you're wrong. You have a conclusion about Gabriel?
I do.
They didn't waste your time. Then they didn't waste your time. Then they didn't waste your time. Why do you have that conclusion? Because you saw him play. But why is that a waste of time?
But we could have done that in 2 weeks, not the 4 or 5 that he started.
Now you're ready to bench rookie quarterbacks after 2 weeks. That's not fair. Now you got to be fair. You got to be fair. That's not fair. Just talk out loud. 2 weeks? Really? What? With a bad team?
I'm not
with the
alone.
offensive line that you just said stinks, and the offense that Stefanski schemes up that allegedly stinks. We're going to give him 2 weeks? Let's be fair. You're not being fair.
I'm being fair. I'm good. I'm all good, mate.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. Sailing.
You got a little Sanders fever. That's it.
There was
That's
a
it, dude.
side-by-side.
Take off the goggles.
There
you got
was
a little
Colin.
Sanders feeler.
There was a side-by-side comparison of the throw. By the way, it was a swing pass, to your credit.
No,
that
you
Shedeur threw.
love this stupid swing pass.
And Gabriel had the same swing pass against the Jets. He sailed it 10 yards over Dylan Sampson, went out of bounds.
Oh, that's
and
it.
then
The
not
one
to-
swing
and don't
pass.
forget.
Let's
Don't
trade him.
forget.
Let's trade Gabriel.
Don't forget the conversations were that Shedeur wasn't ready. Okay, he didn't look ready against the Ravens. He looked ready against the Raiders, by the way. And you think Dylan Gabriel looked ready against the Patriots when he did the intentional grounding with nobody in
the
sight?
10-2 Patriots versus the 2-8, I mean 2-9 Raiders.
The eye test. Shedeur,
What are we doing?
Shedeur passes.
What are we talking about?
Shedeur passes the eye test more than Gabriel. You cannot argue me on this. And they wasted time. They wasted 5 weeks with that Dylan Gabriel. I feel bad for him. I do. No one had Dylan Gabriel as a third-round draft pick other than the head coach. All right, Gabriel would have went in the 5th, 6th round.
Dead wrong.
No. God, no.
Mike,
God,
Sanders would have went undrafted if it wasn't for
Dylan
Cleveland.
Gabriel might have been in the same position.
No, he wouldn't.
All right, you have two quarterbacks that probably wouldn't have been selected.
That's not true. You want to go? Let's go through the draft boards. I'll go to the draft boards just to prove you
Gabriel
wrong.
was about a 5th, 6th round pick. Don't go through the draft boards,
No,
Kyle.
let's go. Let's check.
Because Mel Kiper will tell you
Let's check.
Colin, but if you want to do the draft, it's going to hurt your argument because Shedeur Sanders is a first-round pick
It's
according
fine.
to the draft boards.
Fine.
Right?
I
You get
mean,
what I'm
but
saying?
you could ask these teams where they had Gabriel on their list, and he was probably much higher than where Sanders was. This guy was a Heisman votes last year.
All right. Listen, I'll trade you Dylan Gabriel for Trevor Lawrence.
Mike, here's the problem. Here's the problem. Here's the problem. You're being so unfair. Let's give the kid 2 weeks. Oh wait, the offensive line stinks and the coach stinks. But let's give the kid 2 weeks, and then we know. Oh, the eye test stinks. I saw one sail pass on a swing route.
More, Kyle. 5 weeks
against a 10-2 team. He lost, so we got to give him. We got to.
But
he has
Kyle. He has a 5-week sample size.
You're being so unfair.
He has a fine.
5 weeks. All
fine.
Right.
I saw 4 or 5 weeks of him. I don't need to see that kid anymore. And it seems like everyone in the NFL, everyone in the NFL other than Kevin Stefanski,
you're part of the problem. You're part of the problem.
They seem to think that he is a backup. Everyone we talk to says the guy's a backup.
I'm not saying he started first. I'm more talking about the negligence comment. Everybody's going to bat for, he was negligent with his quarterback. Why? Because he played the guy who was drafted ahead of him, and the guy who, fine, the coach has a say in the team. You know, it's his team. The coach likes this quarterback,
and he was wrong, and it might cost him his job.
Oh, he was wrong. It
might cost him his job.
He was wrong. Right, the team that stinks. And if they get the Niners next week, if he goes and beats the Niners, we can have a conversation. But you beat the Raiders. I can't sit here and say that the kid who went 11-20 with 200 yards, a touchdown, and interception, they took 1 sack. Good for him. I'm not going to sit here and say that we found the next coming, and it's fair to judge 5 quarters and still fair to judge 2 games,
Colin,
5 games at Gabriel. It's not fair. It's not fair.
You can call me a miserable fan all you
are.
want. That 60-yard pass that Shedeur threw was the best thing that happened all season long. And that's just the sad reality of the situation. That was the best moment we had at quarterback all year long. All year long.
Fine. You want to go to bat with 1 pass, dude? I'll say Anthony Richardson in a second. You want to talk about a great pass? I can give you 5 of those that will make you fall over in your chair. Jeez, be fair. 2 weeks. Are you kidding? Listen to yourself.
Dude, the leash was too long for Dylan Gabriel.
Leash was too long.
We were good after 2.5, 3 weeks.
What?
I would have benched him. That third game I saw.
Listen to yourself.
God.
Oh, my God. Listen to yourself.
Dude, I'm good on Gabriel. You
God.
can be the Jags backup.
He played 7, 8 weeks, and then we were done on him.
I'm all good.
I mean, ridiculous.
I was good on that guy after the Rose Bowl.
Ridiculous.
Honestly, I was good on him after the Rose Bowl.
He played 5 full games. He had 7 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. I'm out.
It did not move the offense at all and didn't move the needle at all.
Does the offense stink or not?
The offense stinks, but he did not. Shedeur, in that one game, and you could sit here and say the Raiders, fine. In that one game, that kid made better throws than in the 20 attempts that he had.
Are we forgetting that the game that Gabriel came out and played, what was it, against Minnesota? He played well. He had 200 yards and 2 touchdowns.
I don't think we played Minnesota. Did we?
Was it? Let me check.
Was it it was the London game. You are correct. And he threw for 190 yards. 19 of 33.
And how many touchdowns? 2
touchdowns.
And how many interceptions?
No interceptions.
Oh wow.
Well, Stefanski, the reason
that's a good defense too.
The reason that guy's out, by the way, Stefanski, is because he runs a bad offense.
Oh, now he runs a bad offense.
He wants a puppet. He doesn't want a guy like Shedeur that could go out and win you football games. All right, he wants a guy that wants to. He wants the guy that is going to see pass, throw pass. You're not allowed to have an original thought If you're a Kevin Stefanski quarterback, that's why Deshaun. Listen,
that's not a problem.
Deshaun Watson failed for Deshaun Watson failed for multiple reasons, Colin, and a lot of it off the field. But even on the field, he was never a Stefanski quarterback, and Shedeur is the absolute opposite of a Kevin Stefanski quarterback. So that's why he hasn't played, and he played favoritism to Gabriel. I don't appreciate it. We saw enough of that kid. Saw enough of that kid in 2 weeks, 3 weeks. We were
Mike,
good.
He's the coach. He's allowed to have favorites.
We were good.
Favoritism.
He played
He's allowed
favorites.
to have favorites.
He played favorites.
He's supposed to have favorites.
Gabriel stunk. We were good.
It's a coach. He's supposed to have favorites.
Shedeur plays against the Jets. You win that football game. I can't listen to this.
Nonsense.
Gabriel was awful.
The coach.
Awful.
The coach was playing favorites. Really, I'm surprised.
He didn't play the best guy. He didn't play the best guy. That's what I meant by that.
You can't say that.
He didn't play the best guy. He played favorites.
What you should agree with me right now.
He had to play.
Mike, stop. What you should agree with me right now is that there is not enough of a sample size to make that declaration.
He had to play Shedeur because of injury. The kid would have never played. You have
to tell me right now that you cannot disagree with this. If you do, you're admitting that you're delusional. There's not enough of a sample size to say that.
I've seen it enough in one game. I've seen enough of Shedeur in one game. I don't need to see Dylan Gabriel. That game alone, I've seen enough from Shedeur that I don't want to see Gabriel.
Oh, my gosh, you're helpless.
Stefanski, apparently Stefanski agrees, too, because Gabriel is available and he's not playing.
I mean, he's giving this kid an honest rip because he's giving him 7 games.
Because he won a football game and looked good.
That's
looked
exactly
better.
what the plan was. Give him 7 games. If the book's out on him, all of a sudden he throws 3 interceptions. I wonder what Mike's going to say then. Then he's going to say, let's go get a quarterback.
Listen.
You change your mind every 5 seconds.
I personally think that decision to start Shedeur came from up top, too. I think if it were up to Stefanski, you'd see that.
You had no choice. What do you mean choice?
You'd see that Gabriel.
You had to play him.
Gabriel's healthy. He's healthy and available.
Well, he wasn't healthy this past week.
What I'm saying is...
he had a concussion last week. He's not available.
Kyle, what I'm saying, he's healthy enough to start, and Shedeur's the starter.
Is that been confirmed? He already cleared, 8 days later, he cleared concussion protocol?
Yeah, it came out today that Gabriel is available, and Shedeur is still going to be the starter.
I'm surprised.
It came out on Theo's show.
So all I'm saying, Mike, is that you haven't gotten a fair rip. So he's getting a fair rip.
Yeah, it's about time. It's a couple weeks too late. That's all I'm trying to say.
The coach is playing favorites. Well, Mike, let me tell you something on professional sports. The coaches play favorites.
Well, that's fine, but he wasn't playing the best guy.
You said it with a negative connotation.
Yeah, because he didn't play the best guy. He didn't play the guy that could have won you more football games.
Here's what I'll tell you, because this is the right opinion. I don't know yet. That's it. I don't know yet that the guy who played okay and won the game against the worst team in the National Football League at the moment is any good. Crazy, right? Because it's not crazy.
You don't give anything to the eye test? You don't believe in the eye test?
The eye test?
He looked like a starting quarterback in the NFL.
Plays.
Dylan Gabriel never looked like a starting quarterback in the NFL.
Mike, fine. Made a couple nice plays. Okay. I'm waiting to see. Just say that we're done.
I'm done with Gabriel.
I pity.
Done with him. I'm done with Gabriel.
I'm looking forward.
I don't need to see him. I want to see Bailey Zappi before I see Dylan Gabriel
God forbid Sanders has a bad game. Oh, we wasted our time with Gabriel. Why is that a waste of time? Because Mike already knows that he's out. Fine. He might stink. All right, I'm already out on him. Wasn't a waste of time if that's the case. You drafted somebody. You gave him a rip. You don't think he's any good. And, you'll rot on the bench. If Sanders any good, if Sanders stinks, then we're going to have to play this game again. You know what it is? Mike's bought into the circus. We said this the second he was drafted. Welcome to the circus. And Mike is in. Mike's got the clown nose, and he's on the elephant with the torch.
He's the best quarterback on the roster right now. He is the best quarterback on the roster right now.
All right, let's see.
You can call me a clown all you want. He's the best quarterback on the roster.
After 5 quarters, he didn't play well against the Ravens. So where was his talent last week?
He wasn't ready. It's a tough spot, dude.
Oh, it's a tough spot. Right.
A tough spot.
That's a tough spot. All right, fine. You don't think the games Dylan Gabriel played, he was put in a tough spot?
Wasn't ready. He didn't get any reps. Wasn't ready.
All right. You don't think Gabriel was put in a tough spot? Every game the Browns quarterback plays is a tough spot.
It was bad. The Raven game was bad. But what I saw comparatively from a full week of practice
is worse
it was
than bad.
It was awful, terrible, a stinker, whatever we want to call it. All I'm saying is that game of a full week of practice against one of the worst teams in the NFL, I'll take that over whatever the hell I saw from Dylan Gabriel for 5 weeks. I don't need to see that kid again. He can come in when the kid gets hurt.
All right. Fine. God forbid he's a bad game. I wonder what your opinion's going to change to this time.
We'll hold them accountable.
Oh, will we?
We'll hold them accountable.
Will we? Coach played favorites. Oh, well,
he did. He didn't play the best.
Shocked.
He didn't play the best player at the position.
That's crazy. It's crazy.
He didn't play the best player at the position. He played favorites.
One was a third rounder.
And only because of Kevin Stefanski, he was a third round pick. By the way, That's it. No one graded that guy.
Who told you that? Were you in the draft room? Oh, you weren't.
Let's just say a pretty good source that I know
All right.
told me that.
Oh, okay. Tell us about Men's Only Medical, Mike.
Dude, it's a one-stop shop, Kyle. It's a one-stop shop. It's a one-stop shop men's health clinic. Folks, you go around West Palm Beach, you see all the women. The women got the treatment when it comes to their clinics and their health clinics. This is ours, boys. This is our health clinic here in West Palm Beach, and it's with Doc Al over at Men's Only Medical. I'm focusing on the nutrition and weight management side, and I'm preventing things that are happening, 30, 20 years down the line when I'm into my 60s, when I'm into my 50s. But if you got hair loss, if you need a skin assessment, if you got bad skin, and granted, I have great skin, but as Colin knows, I had pretty dirty skin. I found that out with Doc Al. I also did the Staiku test, which tests how much body fat that you're dealing with. You can find the percentage that you want to get down to. You can do all this with Doc Al over at Men's Only Medical. And he's also my primary health care, right? He's my primary health care doctor. And the best part about it with the concierge healthcare service, I got Doc Al's personal number. So if I got a cold, if I'm dealing with something, I don't have to wait a week to see my doctor. I don't got to wait. I don't got to be on some godforsaken hold line. I got Doc Al's cell, and he gets me in as soon as possible. That is Men's Only Medical. North Dixie Highway, 2400 North Dixie Highway. Go see Doc Al over at Men's Only Medical.
888-760-3776, number to get into the program. That's 888-760-3776, number to get in on Russo and Rizzo. We go to Cologne in New Jersey. Cologne, welcome in. How are you today? What's going on? Hello, Cologne. Cologne, are you with us?
Hello.
Yeah.
Hey, Cologne, welcome in. What's up? What's on your mind?
Hey, I'm Mike. Real quick, I'm Mike. Listen, I think if Stefanski, if Gabriel is his favorite, then he had to play Sanders next week against the 49ers. Because if he plays Gabriel next week and he loses badly, plays bad, then he lost Gabriel for the whole season. So by playing Sanders, this is the 49ers. It's a tough game. So I don't think they're going to win, and he might look more and more again, bad. So by playing him against the 49ers, I think gives them a leeway to bring back, Gabriel if he wants to later on in the season if Sanders doesn't play well. But Mike, I got to ask you a question. You said Stefanski's in trouble in Cleveland. If he gets fired, do they look to Deion Sanders as a coach? If Sanders,
Mike would love that
down the stretch.
I think Deion's comfy at Colorado making like $10 million a year. I don't even think Deion would take the job.
I think he'd take it.
Really?
Second.
You think he'd take it? I don't. First off, I don't think
they'd offer it.
I don't think the Browns would ever offer it. But it's a good shout. And Cologne, the Browns already named Shador the starter for the Niners. But neither here nor there. Thanks for the call, Cologne. Appreciate it, brother.
Appreciate the call. Mike's seen enough from Shador. Build the statue outside the stadium.
I've seen enough of Dylan Gabriel. It's more than that. I've seen it. We don't need Gabriel.
You said the other side, too.
We're all good.
You said both.
I'm a Shador man.
God
I'm a Shador man.
God forbid this kid has a bad game. We'll go to break here. We'll rank some teams in the college football side of things. It's Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Winter is coming and your neighborhood DQ Grill and Chill is ready. Treat yourself to the new Peppermint Bark Blizzard or the Frosted Sugar Cookie Blizzard. Two festive flavors that taste just like the holidays. Still hungry? Try DQ's Sweet Chili Tossed Chicken Tenders. A perfect balance of sweet and heat. And while you're at DQ Grill and Chill, make your celebration complete. Stop in today and order your DQ holiday cake. DQ Grill and Chill with two convenient locations, 4828 Lake Worth Road and US 1 just south of North Lake.
The Palm Beach Health Network Physician Group, an affiliate of the Palm Beach Health Network, is committed to delivering high-quality care to the communities they serve. They're a
There's only one reason Mantos is voted #1 deli in Palm Beach County for 20 years. Our mother.
She makes sure you prepare everything from scratch using only the freshest ingredients.
Manso's Italian Deli is located on Palm Beach Lakes Boulevard, right next to Rain Dancers.
Is that a strip club?
No, it's a steakhouse. Manso's is open weekdays from 8 to 5 and offers free delivery. So stop by or call 697-9411. That's 697-9411.
We also specialize in hot and cold catering for corporate functions and special events.
Just ask anyone who was at my last birthday party.
ESPN 1063 is your home for live sports presented by Hard Rock Bet, home of Inter Miami, Miami Heat, and the Miami Dolphins. Catch all the action and the biggest matchups throughout the week right here on ESPN 1063. Hard Rock Bet, it's Florida's official sports book. Try Hard Rock Bet now and receive up to $100 back in bonus bets if your first bet doesn't win. It's offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida, must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida. Wager terms and conditions apply. Considered by gambling. Call 1-888-ADMIT.
Anajar and Levine.
Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 1063.
WESP Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station. Let's get back to the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. This is Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 1063.
Go download the Hard Rock Bet app today, and you can get started and put in just $5 into the app. If you win that first $5 bet, you get $150 in bonus bets immediately. That's $150 that you could play with on any sport, any league, anytime. That's player props, futures, game by game, parlay it all together. You name it, they got it. You could bet the NFL, bet college basketball, bet the NBA, bet college football with a rivalry weekend coming up this weekend. You get all that good stuff right in front of you at your fingertips. Check out the Discover page. You can see what other users are putting together themselves in terms of their parlays, as little as $1 up to 20 legs, utilizing profit boosts and promos that Hard Rock Bet has to offer week in and week out. Refer a friend. Get $50 additionally in bonus bets as well. It's got the place for everything. It's the place for the new player and the experienced player. It's the perfect in between. Check it out today. It's Hard Rock Bet, offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus. Physically present in Florida. The wager. Terms and conditions apply. If you or somebody you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-833-PLAY-WISE. Well, we had college football over the weekend and a god-awful slate. It was a terrible, terrible slate of football on Saturday. There was absolutely nothing interesting other than maybe a quarter and a half of Georgia Tech and Pitt. Outside of that, let's rank our top 10 ahead of rivalry weekend. Let's do our top 10 presented by Good Greek Moving and Storage.
Who's moving up?
Went from unranked to the 14th team in the country. They were more motivated going into that game.
Who's moving down?
Can they have a good season after this? Maybe.
It's time for Russo and Rizzo's College Football Top 10 Poll. Presented by
Good Greek Moving and Storage. Your superhero movers.
Folks, if you're moving soon, I don't want you to stress it. You're going to call Good Greek and my friend Spiro for your total relocation solutions. From packing and storage to local and long-distance moves, Spiro and his team at Good Greek Moving and Storage have got you covered from start to finish. Trusted by families, businesses, and sports teams like those Hurricanes and Heat for over 2 decades. Make your next move simple, safe, and stress-free with the world's only total relocation company, and every single worker for Good Greek Moving and Storage that you see out in those trucks have gone through the Spiro Superhero Academy. So these are the movers you could trust with your families. You got to run to Home Depot. You got to run to the gas station. You forget something, you got to leave them at the house. They're the ones that you can trust. Let's get right into it, Kyle. Not a lot happened. You mentioned it was a tough week. Now, Oregon beat USC. Maybe we can move up Oregon a little bit. I personally probably would keep them where we were last week. For the audience, Kyle, what did we have? Our final 2 teams out last week and our 10 presented by Good Greek Moving and Storage.
All right, last week, a couple teams that we had out. Vanderbilt was at 12. BYU was at 11. Notre Dame came in at 10. Alabama 9. Oregon 8. Texas Tech 7. Oklahoma 6. Ole Miss 5. Georgia 4. Indiana 3. A&M 2. And then Ohio State at 1.
Yeah, so it's tough. It's tough. I just sit here and I look at the list. I go, I really wouldn't change much.
No.
I really wouldn't change much. So I think as far as our list, the list that Colin just said there, I think it stays the same. Now, something we can bring up in our top 10 presented by Good Greek Moving and Storage are teams that we like moving forward into the 12-team college football playoff and into rivalry weekend. Colin mentioned to us a couple of weeks back, you only got a couple of big games left in the Big Ten. You had that Oregon and USC game, which happened. Oregon won at home at Outson Stadium. And then obviously this weekend with Ohio State and Michigan. Michigan coming off that win over Maryland, scoring some of the most points that they had all season long. Both teams look like that they are in form. Kyle, where do you lean in the rivalry game coming up this Saturday, Ohio State and Michigan?
Michigan's in a win and in scenario. I don't know who they'd cut out on the alternative if it ever came to that. Another question I have is, I'm under the impression that Lane Kiffin is leaving. So if Lane Kiffin leaves and we hear about this on Saturday night that he's going to LSU, does Ole Miss let him coach the game?
Yeah.
Or better yet, if Ole Miss, if he doesn't coach the game, how does the committee favor that into how they rank Ole Miss? How is it that much different than when Jordan Travis went down?
Right.
That's your head coach. You don't think the team's going to be a little different? I mean, sometimes teams can reload, but Lane Kiffin, all of a sudden he's leaving. I don't think they'd hurt Ole Miss in that, but just to, I guess, keep it fair, how can you say it's that much different?
I don't think, Colin, and on that, I don't think I've ever seen a situation like this. I've been watching college football for 25 years.
Because usually it was the 4-team playoff teams
Right.
are guys that are not going anywhere.
I don't think I've ever seen a coach give out a statement mid-season when they're competing for a national championship on the future of his career. It's just very odd. It's a bunch of things that you've never seen before. And I do agree with you that the committee is probably going to have to address it if he isn't going to be coaching one of those teams. And Michigan is a big brand too, Kyle. If Michigan are able to beat the Buckeyes, if they are able to beat the Buckeyes, they're going to be in because they want that brand and those fans in that college football playoff. Similar to Notre Dame. And I think another conversation is Miami. Miami, we would probably put at number 13. Obviously, our last two teams out, Vandy and BYU, we're still holding strong with that. But Miami, one of our first three teams out. Miami fans are arguing the kingdom come that, they beat Notre Dame. They deserve to be in over Notre Dame. They're 9-2, just like Notre Dame at this point. And obviously, we don't see the College Football Playoff Committee come out with their stuff until Tuesday. So we'll have to wait and see how they grade it. But I think it's going to be similar to our top 10 presented by Good Greek Moving and Storage. There's not going to be a lot of movement. Nothing happened.
And one thing you got to include in this is if Michigan defeats Ohio State, Indiana defeats Purdue, they probably will. And if Oregon wins their rivalry game against Washington, that Big Ten championship game, you're going to have three teams at 8-1, Michigan, Ohio State, and Oregon. That turns into a 3-team tie, and then it turns into best overall record against the conference. That would turn to Oregon. That would be Indiana, Oregon in that tiebreaker scenario. So it would be no Ohio State.
Or Michigan.
Yeah, or Michigan.
My brain hurts. Kyle, you sent that graphic.
It's bizarre. There's one graphic where here's a scenario for you, which I don't like because this is, I guess, how they do it when there's multiple teams with the same record in conference. Scenario number 5 on the Big Ten website in terms of, I guess, tie-breaking clinching scenarios. If Purdue were to somehow beat Indiana, Michigan were to beat Ohio State, and then Oregon were to defeat Washington, you'd have 4 teams at 8-1. In that case, Oregon would play Michigan. And Indiana and Ohio State would be out. And I'm wondering, I'm like, hold on. Or Indiana, of the teams that won head-to-head, Michigan beat Ohio State, Indiana beat Oregon. So I just don't like the fact that they go into best overall conference record via opponents when there's a head-to-head on the slate that can't eliminate a team. That's what I don't like.
It's odd. And I could assure
the
one thing.
The two likely scenarios are Ohio State and Indiana win, they clinch, and that's over with. Or Ohio State loses to Michigan, and then Indiana wins, and then Oregon wins, and that would be Indiana-Oregon.
I can't promise you Ohio State, but I can promise you Indiana over Purdue.
Right.
Purdue is a godforsaken team this year.
Right. And Oregon, on the other hand, I mean, that's always a tight game. That will be it. Washington will probably give them a good punch, but that's what you're looking at. Mm-hmm. So that's the opportunity. Because if Michigan beats Ohio State, I have a hard time seeing them not get in. That's the best win on anybody's schedule. But I don't know who they'd cut out in that situation. That unless they're banking on maybe Alabama losing. Because I'll tell you another thing. Alabama plays at Jordan-Hare Stadium for Auburn in the Iron Bowl at 7:30 at night. Auburn's going to give that team everything they can handle. That will be an impossible game for Alabama.
It will be.
That's going to be a very tricky game.
It always is.
Always is.
I mean, remember Jalen Milroe, the year that Michigan played Alabama, he had to throw that, touchdown in the back of the end zone. Yeah. I mean, it's always a game. Now, Ohio State can make this simple, and they could just beat Michigan, but we all know the struggles that the Buckeyes have had with that game. I don't, like, specifically with Oregon, like, I kind of wish USC would have won that game because I would have wanted to see what the committee would have done. Like, how high would have USC, and I'm playing what ifs, I know you can't stand that, but, like, listen, a team like Oregon, who their best win on that schedule, if they hypothetically lost, would have been
USC.
that. Yeah. So, like, I don't know. I sit here and I don't really want the committee's job because someone's going to get left out. You know how rivalry weekend is. It's going to be crazy. Someone's going to get left out.
Let's say everybody wins outside of the Ohio State and Michigan buys themselves a bid. Or let me add another one. If BYU were to beat Texas Tech in the Big 12 championship game, what do you do? Are you only including one team for the Big 12? That's question number one. And number two, Michigan's going to have to get in. Are you cutting out Alabama or Oklahoma?
And also seeding. Like, if Ohio State loses to Michigan again, what are you going to do with the seeding? Where are they going to be ranked?
I mean, if they're not a conference champion, they don't have the extra game.
They get a home game?
The winner of the Big Ten is definitely going to get one. The winner of the SEC is definitely going to get one.
What I'm thinking is, Kyle, they probably play BYU or someone like that.
Either a 5 seed or a 4 seed. They'd be one of the two.
Right.
But, I mean, in that scenario, let's say Michigan buys themselves a bid and beats Ohio State. Or you got to cut out, to be fair, you have to cut out Alabama before you cut out
Would it
Oklahoma.
be Notre Dame? You cut out Notre Dame.
Notre Dame's playing really good right
you
now.
punish them for not playing in a conference.
Maybe.
That's like a lot of teams are going to be Ohio State fans.
Notre Dame was up 35. I know it was against Syracuse. They were up 35-0 with 5 offensive
I
plays.
personally think 2 lost SEC teams and Notre Dame, they're going to be rooting for the Buckeyes because they don't want Michigan to come in and ruin the pot.
I don't know if Notre Dame's that first team out. I don't. They might be, but I don't know. That's a big brand.
You imagine leaving a 2?
They'd probably leave out the 5th SEC team before they do that.
You imagine leaving out a 2. Say Alabama beats Auburn. You imagine leaving out a 2-loss Bama team, and you want to know what the committee will say? You have the worst loss.
It also has to be fair because Oklahoma beat you guys head to head. So how are you going to take out Oklahoma? And you're not putting out Georgia. You're not putting out Ole Miss. You're not putting out A&M because they only have 1 or less loss.
Alabama fans will point to their schedule. They give them credit.
They beat Missouri. They beat Georgia.
They beat the most ranked. I'm shooting from the hip. I think they beat the most ranked teams
out of any team this year.
Georgia.
They beat Tennessee. They beat LSU. They beat a lot of teams.
Missouri was ranked at the time.
Yeah, Missouri's still. I don't know about it anymore, but they were ranked over the weekend. So they beat a lot of teams. There's no doubt. But Oklahoma beat you guys head to head. That would be the killer. So how are we gonna take out Oklahoma here?
What are you doing it with Miami? With Notre Dame? If Miami has 2 losses, keep that in mind.
Miami's not getting it.
But what I'm saying is, you said you can't keep Oklahoma out because they beat Michigan.
They beat them. Mike, they beat them 10 days ago. They beat Alabama 10 days ago, Oklahoma.
But also, even Oklahoma lost to Michigan. Oklahoma beat Michigan.
Right, that's true.
So if you put Michigan in, that's what I'm saying. That's why I bring up Notre Dame. That's why I'm bringing up Notre Dame and Miami.
Oklahoma's got 2 crucial head-to-heads.
So it's clear that they would be playing favorites.
It's not playing favorites. It's resume. Miami's got a worse. You want to loop in Miami and do, compare apples to oranges. Miami's got a worse resume. They have bad losses. You just said it. Bad losses. Remember, the head-to-heads are part of it.
Michigan's got bad losses, though, too.
True. But Michigan's got the best win. They got a better win than anything on Miami's schedule.
You know what SEC fan will argue? The only game Ohio State played, they lost.
Fine. But that's a huge win. Come on. The only team who's beaten them twice in 2 years then.
I know.
So, you got Oregon, too. But you got to give them credit. So, I don't know how they view it. The thing is, it's a part of a pot. There's a pie chart. And the pie chart is like 30, 40, probably I would say 40% head-to-head, 40% how bad are your losses, and then 20% how good are your wins. That's probably what it is in the College Football Playoff Committee's eyes. How good are your wins, how bad are your losses, and have you played head-to-head? And if you played head-to-head, how recent was it? Played head-to-head last week, of course we're going to have to do it. But if you played head-to-head 3.5 months ago.
People say, why play the games?
Well, why play the game? Because the games is not everything. The games is not everything, right? Like if Notre Dame they lost 2 games. They lost to a team in the playoff and then Miami on the road. They lost to A&M, who's going to get a bye. That's not fair. That's not fair. If A&M beats Texas this weekend on Friday, they could win or lose that SEC championship game and still probably get a bye. So if you want to talk about why play the games, Oklahoma not only beat them, they beat them recently in their building. And you want to talk about the Michigan game, fine, too. But the reason I'm counting out Oklahoma is not because of the head-to-head against Michigan, but mostly because they beat Alabama. That was 10 days ago. Of course you're going to think of that. Those games mean more than the games 3 months ago. It's just the truth. Why play the games? Don't lose to SMU.
I agree.
Don't lose to Louisville. That's it.
That's on the coach.
You want to talk about the worst loss? You said Alabama's got a bad loss. Well, I'll raise you the 2 others. Miami's got 2 bad losses.
Florida State's a worse team, but I understand.
That's it. They got 2 bad losses. I don't think anybody else has anything nearly that bad.
If Ohio State beats Michigan, it'll make things a lot easier. If Michigan beats Ohio State for the 5th year in a row, look out. Look out. Someone's not going to the big dance.
What's your percentage chance?
I put it at 50-50.
Really?
I do.
We don't play them. I think if there's a year that
we don't play them
Ohio State's going to walk in and kick the crap out of Michigan, it's going to be this year.
Oh, God. From your mouth to God's ear. I just know how the rivalry goes. We won, the Buckeyes won about 17 of 18. It goes in streaks. And to Colin's point that he made last year, he thinks the rivalry's overrated because there aren't a lot of good games in it. I'm at the point where I'll even listen to that. The last couple Ohio State-Michigan games have not been good. I am hoping that this is an absolute blowout. But Michigan doesn't blow people out. So we know Michigan's not blowing Ohio State out. So you'd probably be rooting. If you want a close game, Colin, you want to be rooting for Michigan to be in the game. Because I do agree with you. If there's anyone that blows anyone out in this game, it is Ohio State blowing them out. But I know one thing. Can't bank on it.
Mike Rizzo, Colin Russo, Damian Perez. We're going to have a little Jonathan Zaslow in a moment. First off, the Boca Raton Bowl's got a new name, and it's the Bush's Boca Raton Bowl of Beans. How about that? December 23rd, 2 p.m., Flagler Credit Union Stadium down in Boca. You're going to have 2 of the top teams from the group of 5. You want to see where the Beans are going to be? We talked to Doug Mosley last week, the executive director of said bowl game, and he said that he's getting 84 cases of Bush's beans, baked beans. And what is 84 cases? I think there's 24 of those 16-ounce containers in each case. So do the math. There's about 30,000 ounces of beans going to be present at the Bush's Boca Raton Bowl of Beans. They got a brand new name. Check out Boca Bowl. Check out all these great places on social media to get the tickets, which go on sale December 7th. Soon after we get the Selection Sunday. Looking forward to that. Looking forward to see who's going to be playing down at Flagler Credit Union Stadium on December 23rd, 2 p.m. You can catch that on ESPN and ESPN 106.3. Jonathan Zaslow, the voice of the 305, coming up on the other side of things. Stay tuned. It's Russo Rizzo on ESPN 106.3.
Hey, Steph Prince here, General Manager of ESPN West Palm, to tell you about a team that has meant a lot to me and this community for a long time. Bob and the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning have been helping me stay cool for years, whether at home or in the office. And living in South Florida with 3 kids, I don't know what I'd do without them. Family owned and operated, serving Royal Palm Beach and beyond since 1980. Let the knowledgeable and trained team at Bradley help you with your residential and commercial needs, installation, repair, seasonal maintenance, upgrades of all makes and styles and models of HVAC equipment, and so much more. Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning does things right the first time and makes the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps you cool. Give them a call at 561-793-7497. That's 561-793-7497 or BradleyAir.com. Any need, big or small, trust the amazing team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning.
Every great performance starts with a plan. Your game plan for greatness begins at Men's Only Medical. Dr. Al is redefining men's health with concierge care and cutting-edge treatments tailored just for you. From anti-aging and weight management to cardiovascular health, skin, and hair, they've got you covered. Expect personalized care and advanced technology to help you look, feel, and perform your best. Visit mensonlymedical.com. Men's Only Medical, setting a new standard for men's health.
Come to Greenway Kia of West Palm Beach, where we're changing the game. No pushy salespeople, just friendly product specialists on salary, ready to help you find your perfect Kia. During the Kia Season of New Traditions sales event, save up to $11,000 off MSRP on select new Kias. We even put the factory invoice right on the windshield so you can see exactly what you're saving. No back and forth, just one manager from start to finish for a smooth, easy process. We'll handle your paperwork, transfer your tag and insurance, and even even schedule a post-delivery review to walk you through your new features on your time. Can't make it in? We'll bring the test drive to you. So don't wait. Visit Greenway Kia of West Palm Beach today. No hassle, no pressure, just the perfect car for you. Online at GreenwayKiaWestPalmBeach.com.
We want to see ya in a Greenway Kia.
With approval through KF8 stock number SG005991. MSRP $45,235 plus tax, tag, and $9.99 admin fee. Discount includes all Kia factory rebates to dealer. Offers don't combine. Expires 1/5/26.
Hey guys, Mike Rizzo here. I know you're moving soon. Don't stress it. Call Good Greek for your total relocation solution. From packing and storage to local and long distance moves, Spiro and his team at Good Greek Moving and Storage has you covered from start to finish. Trusted by families, businesses, and teams like the Heat and the Hurricanes for over 2 decades. Make your next move simple, safe, and stress-free.
Good Greek Moving and Storage. Your superhero movers.
Talk about stepping up. Bang! Bang!
It's time to level up your game. Introducing the all-new ESPN app. All of ESPN, all in one place. Your home for the most live sports and the best championship moments.
The electricity is palpable.
Step up your game with no annual contract required. It's the ultimate fan experience. Level up for more on the ESPN app or at stream.espn.com. Sign up now.
Your fantasy roster is set. The smack talk is heating up, and this season, ESPN Bet is giving you more ways to ride with your squad. Introducing the ESPN Bet Fan Center, where you can instantly link and bet on your fantasy teams right in the ESPN Bet app. An enhanced sports betting experience only from ESPN Bet, the sports book for sports fans. Make the connection today with ESPN Bet Fan Center and the ESPN Fantasy app. ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Download the app today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
Now, it's time for a little R&R.
Call into the bucket, lays it up and in.
Ball game, Rizzo.
Live in the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, this is Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3.
This team is going to be tough when they finally get it together.
Sit back and relax. Let Russo and Rizzo take you home.
Oh, mercy!
Light him up, Colin.
F45 is your place to get in a functional workout. 45 minutes in and out. It's class style. So you show up, you got 2 coaches on site making sure you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. You're doing it right. You're doing it safe. And it's a bunch of other like-minded fitness individuals that are in the class with you. You get a sweat going. You listen to loud music. You have a good time. And you're in and out. You blink, and it's over. Follow along on the instructions on the screen. And you do more of the functional mobile style of working out. It's not like the Olympic-style lift where you just feel stiff after high risk of injury. It's the other side of it. You feel mobile. You feel nimble. That's what it's supposed to be. Increase your flexibility. Increase your functional strength. Check out the downtown West Palm Beach location if you're training for something like High Rocks or you just want to get into better shape. F45 downtown West Palm Beach on Instagram to check it out today. Colin Russo, Mike Rizzo, and Damian Perez. It's Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3. We got a good friend of the show. We just talked about how the committee's going to handle these games this weekend. Well, let's talk to the man who was at a big upset over the weekend with Wisconsin. It's Mr. Jonathan Zaslow. Let's get to it, the voice of the 305.
You might know him as the Cooper City Rattlesnake. He's the human flamethrower of Miami sports radio.
Hey, you could be a maniac without being a jerk.
The preacher of the Pat Riley gospel.
They don't complain. They don't make excuses. This is the NBA. Deal with it.
The mayor of Dolphins Delusion.
Can the Bills offense keep up with the Dolphins offense?
And the only guy who can go from breaking down the Panthers' power play to cutting a full-blown Ric Flair promo. Woo! Jonathan Zaslow is the voice of the 305. Presented by Anajar and Levine, Robin Hood, and Twin Peaks.
Mr. Zaslow, how are we doing today? What's going on?
I'm good. How are you guys? Good to see you.
How was your weekend? You actually walked into a pretty damn good game. Wisconsin 27-10 over Illinois in Madison. How was that?
It was cold. I mean, we were doing – it was easily the coldest stop of our tour, and we're doing the show, Saturday morning. We do it outside because we're in the Airstream. It was in the 20s. Guys, I'm not dressed appropriately for that. That was very cold this weekend.
You even own a jacket?
Yes, but I did not
have to think about it. Yeah.
I did have to think about it, but I did not bring it. So I was in a hood. I was wearing a hooded sweatshirt and keeping warm that way. So I was pretty cold.
Says, why didn't you bring the jacket?
I
You're
don't
going
know.
to
Going to
Wisconsin. This is a
brother.
self-inflicted wound.
I need you to.
this is a
I'm gonna need you to.
self-inflicted wound.
I'm not good with weather. You don't understand. I've lived my entire life down here in South Florida. You guys, you grew up in places where it's cold. This is not my style. I'm not prepared for this.
Were you impressed with not only Wisconsin, but I know that the fan base, some of them hung around, but the stadium was by no means filled, right? Were you inside the building?
Right. No, we didn't stay for the game, actually.
Oh, you did not stay for the game.
I did not stay for the game, but I will tell you, as far as Madison goes, I like Madison a lot. It's a beautiful campus. I was there since Thursday. Got there early. Went to the student radio station, WSUM.
Yep, I
met with all those kids there. They were terrific. They housed us on Friday night for ESPN Radio. I really enjoyed the weekend there. I like Madison.
No, Zez, the steakhouse.
Oh,
overrated,
yes,
underrated, overrated, underrated. What did you think?
We went to Tornado Steakhouse.
That's Evan Cohen's favorite spot.
I was keeping up, Zez. I was keeping
the
up.
spot's fine. It's not great. It's fine. It's got to go to happy hour.
I was keeping up with Evan's Instagram stories over the weekend, and you were the main actor in those.
I had a great time at Tornado. I thought it's a great steakhouse. I will tell you, though, Evan Cohen swears it's the best restaurant in the world. I don't know about all that.
It's not.
It's a great restaurant. And here's also the thing. It's the best restaurant in the world, according to Evan Cohen, who doesn't eat red meat.
Evan doesn't eat red meat? I didn't even know that.
What?
Why are you
How
doing it at a
could
steakhouse?
be
Get out
your
of the
favorite
steakhouse.
restaurant
What are you
if
eating?
you don't eat red meat? He got shrimp. He had a bunch of shrimp.
Oh, what a
in
waste of time.
Wisconsin?
What a waste of time.
A shrimp in Wisconsin?
Shrimp's great, but it's like if I told you Joe Stonecrab
Hear
is
it
my
out.
favorite, which it is my favorite.
on, dude.
Joe Stonecrab's my favorite, but I don't eat stonecrab. What kind of ridiculousness is that?
Seafood in Wisconsin,
Hear it
man?
out. Hear it out.
No, dude, I'm not hearing it. There's no shrimp in.
There's a great Italian spot that's seafood Italian, like Sicily style, called Naples 15, which is excellent.
That's fine, but
I'll be the judge of that.
A steakhouse can't be your favorite when you don't eat steak.
I agree with that.
That's a waste of time.
What do you get, a chicken sandwich?
Yeah, it's
I
a waste
mean,
of time. You got shrimp. What a waste of time.
shrimp.
Yeah.
You
So I
can't
had the
call it the
filet.
You
best.
don't eat, Zez? I mean,
And it's one of those steakhouses where it's super dark in there.
Yeah, very dark.
It's all about getting the steak red hot.
listen,
Like,
I
it's
rarely get on Evan's case. I'm going to get on his case.
That's a waste of
Shrimp in
time.
Wisconsin
That's
is a waste of time.
waste of time.
Waste
It's the
of time.
ambiance. It's the atmosphere. You're right. It's very dark. Everyone's dressed nicely. I had a great time. I like
Was
that.
State Street pounding? Ton of people out and about?
No, well, that was Thursday night, so not Thursday night. And that's not what I did on Friday night. So,
Okay.
yeah, I didn't see that.
What's your bar? You love that place. What's it called?
There's a bar called Mondays.
Oh, you love Mondays.
Mondays is great. It's one of
That's
the
a good
great
spot.
It's one of the great dives in the history of
Tell
dives.
him the deal with the cup of vodka.
So
and the,
if you ever get a vodka Red Bull there, it's the type
Yeah.
of place that just gives you vodka and a cup, fills it up to the brim, and then hands you a Red Bull in its can.
So
And then
Zaz,
and they'll charge you $5.
you take a
sip
swizz
it
of the
to chase it.
vodka,
It's great.
and then you chase it right with the Red Bull.
Yeah,
I can't do that anymore. I
Yeah.
feel like too many Red Bulls and vodka. I feel like I'm having a heart attack. My heart's pounding.
right.
It's too much.
It's a famous spot. Mondays, love it. They famously do not serve doubles. You never order one.
Dude, you love that place.
Love that place. Now, Zaz, other stuff that's going on over the weekend in college football. First of all, not a lot of the teams that needed to lose
no
in
one
order to make
lost.
it. Nobody lost, other than Georgia Tech.
No movement.
Everybody else had a pretty good weekend and pretty safe weekend. Now, looking ahead to next weekend, is it really just Michigan or bust here, or is there a chance that Miami can squeeze in? How do you view the outlook of organizing this playoff post-regular season?
Well, it's going to be interesting because, Miami had a bad weekend because Notre Dame beats the same Syracuse team that Miami beat, but they beat them 70-7?
Yeah.
So
35-0 before, and Notre Dame got 5 offensive snaps.
And then, boys, quickly on that, I don't care how safe you are in a job. If you lose 70-7 in a game,
I agree.
I'm calling for the
He's such
job.
an
I'm
overrated
calling for
coach.
the job.
Oh, Fran Brown, I imagine he didn't use any soap, after that. When you lose
Jeez.
77, there's no soap.
Honest to God, Zaz, but sorry, I needed to get that in there.
So
on
you
that.
got the Notre Dame-Syracuse situation, but I also wonder if they then hold it against Notre Dame that USC loses the way they did this past weekend, because USC is supposed to be Notre Dame's best win. So I don't know how the committee's going to handle that come tomorrow night. I think ultimately the Canes, they're going to wind up getting screwed. I don't think things are going to work out for them. You needed Utah and BYU to lose. They both lost won close games this weekend. That'd
Utah
have been huge for Miami.
escaped against Kansas State, too.
Yeah. So that'd have been huge for Miami if you could have had them lose. Does Miami jump ahead of Utah because they barely got past Kansas State? My guess is no. It doesn't seem like this committee's trying to do Miami any favors.
So I'm going to have to watch Virginia lose by 2 scores. Is that what you're telling me?
Virginia was going to be in regardless, and Virginia's underrated.
They stink.
Just like Northwestern.
I'm going to be blaming.
Virginia's underrated.
I'm going to be blaming Mario Cristobal for a full year for making me watch that ACC
SMU,
champion.
We could have a discussion. I don't think SMU's any good. I think Virginia's pretty good.
The only team out of that conference that belongs in that playoff is Miami.
Yep.
Honestly,
and I don't think they're going to get in. I mean, they're not going to get the ACC title.
Are they going to beat Pitt this weekend? Pitt had a great weekend.
I mean, I would assume. I would assume they would, and of course we have to remember Notre Dame crushed Pitt.
They're going to roll.
So
Pitt.
the Canes need to run up the score on them. I mean, the Canes couldn't exactly run up the score on Tech this weekend. It was 27-17 with 20 seconds left in the game. So the Canes are going to have to try and run up the score against Pitt this weekend. But I mean, as far as interest goes this weekend, obviously Michigan, Ohio State. That could be a lot of fun. And we're interested in Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech kind of ruined things for Georgia. So that one we're keeping an eye on as well for sure.
Yeah, the one thing I'll say is that Georgia Tech need to win that game because that would have made it a very interesting. Not only are they locked into that ACC championship game, keep in mind, Pitt needs SMU to lose. SMU wins the last game of the year. They got Cal. If they win the last game of the year and then Virginia Tech, the aforementioned Virginia Tech's going against Virginia, as long as Virginia wins that, then Pitt's not even going to get a chance to dance.
And Cal, who just lost to Stanford.
And of course, the Egg
Cal
Bowl
just fired their head coach. They fired Justin Wilcox.
And of course, the Egg Bowl Friday night, we're all interested in because I believe it's going to be Lane Kiffin's final game.
Yeah. So they don't let him coach. Does the committee make a decision in regard
to
question. Ole Miss? Hey, hold on a second. They did this with Florida State. You're losing your quarterback. You're a different team. And you're not going to do it with Ole Miss, who now is losing their head coach, who's their offensive mind?
Obviously, it's unprecedented, so I don't know what they're going to decide to do in that spot, but it certainly makes sense if they're going to hold it against them. Will that be fair? I don't know.
But Florida State wasn't fair.
Right, but at least with you're right, it wasn't fair. You're right, it wasn't.
I agree. I kind of agree with it, but if you're going to stick to your guns, stick to your guns. The head coach, same thing.
My pushback is the players are there still. Florida State was you didn't have a quarterback, and you only beat Louisville by what? 3 points in the ACC championship, and it was an ugly game.
I
get what you're saying. I get what you. I'm sorry. I get what you guys are saying.
Yeah.
You can't leave Ole Miss out.
I would imagine the committee is crossing their fingers that Mississippi State can pull off an upset and make their decision.
The good news for them is they're going to hurt them in seeding. They're going to get in. They're going to hurt them in seeding though. Because Ole Miss is a one-loss team, and as long as they win that game, if they fall to Mississippi State, we got a real decision on our hands.
No, if they fall to Mississippi State, I think they're going to be out. If they beat Mississippi State and Lane
they have to be in because they got one loss. There's not enough teams that have one loss.
One loss. Well, no. If they lose Mississippi State, then they'll.
No, but I'm saying yes. If they win, like if they were to beat them in Lane, let's say Lane leaves, right, and let's assume that Ole Miss was not going to let him coach that final game.
I mean, so what? You're dropping him a 10? You think they could wind up doing?
I don't know where they'd put him, but I'd got to think that they wouldn't get a home game. They wouldn't get a home game.
Well, yeah, 10 would be, not getting a home game.
Zaz, would you give Lane Kiffin? Would you want your school to give Lane Kiffin $90 million to be the head coach?
Yeah, well, it's not my money, so what the hell do I care? And there's no salary cap. As University of Florida grad, I have been hoping that the Gators will get Lane Kiffin, but I will tell you. After thinking for a couple of weeks up until recently that I think he's going to be the next coach for Florida, it's going to be LSU. He's going to be the coach for LSU. All signs are pointing to LSU, being that it seems that his family prefers LSU, and I don't think money's a factor here. He might believe that LSU's more talented as well. This way, you kind of hit the ground running.
You get your own state to recruit in. He's already dealt with Florida before. Maybe.
Yeah, I think it's LSU. And I also think, you had the report over the weekend that as opposed to LSU, who was dialed in directly on Lane Kiffin, Florida's has cast a bit of a wider net. I don't think that's true. I think Florida puts that out there to make it seem like, hey, Lane Kiffin's not the be-all, end-all. I think that's a bit of a PR move by Florida because casting a wide net. Have you guys heard about anyone else in contention for the Florida job other than Lane Kiffin?
Yeah, and then John Summerall came out there, and then they squashed those rumors immediately from Tulane, and he said I'm not meeting with anybody. I'm only meeting with the quarterbacks this week.
And Zaz, I kind of find it fascinating. Like, we're speculating LSU, but no one has it concrete. You know what I mean? But you think maybe if Florida knew he wasn't coming, they'd kind of leak it out like, hey, he's going to LSU. Like, we're still speculating that he's going to go to LSU.
I mean that's what I think the leak is about Florida casting a wide net. I think it's, Florida I think Florida's got the hint that they're out. I think it's going to be LSU.
Michigan beats Ohio State this weekend. Let's say Indiana beats Purdue and Oregon beats Washington. Who is the committee leaving out if they already have 5 SEC teams in, a Big 12 champ, ACC champ,
All right,
Group of
say it
5
again.
champ, and
Say it
Notre
again.
Dame?
Say it again. Say it again.
If Michigan beats Ohio State,
Yeah.
and therefore gets the best win, 2 losses, probably slots themselves into the postseason. Let's assume that Indiana, Oregon, and Ohio State are already in, probably regardless of what happens, unless Oregon loses. And then you got Georgia, Ole Miss, Texas A&M, Oklahoma, and Alabama that were previously slotted in. Let's assume that Alabama beats Oregon.
I think the question
Auburn.
is, does Michigan get in over Alabama? That's the question, right?
Or Notre Dame, or one of
or
the 2
you
lost
could throw
teams.
Notre Dame in there, but
Oklahoma.
Not
I mean,
Oklahoma.
Notre Dame's ahead of Alabama right now.
Right.
That's why
It'd probably be Alabama.
I think the question becomes, is Michigan, who would have the best win in the country, obviously, best win of the season if they beat Ohio State, do you put them in over Alabama? That'd be fascinating, wouldn't it?
They're not leaving Michigan out, boys.
2 years in a row, Alabama's going to get left out. 2 years in a row, Alabama's going to be the first team out? I don't know.
I see both sides.
I kind of say punish Notre Dame for not playing in a conference.
Yeah, but they're not.
that's
Remember,
They're not going to
they
the way
already
it's
said.
re-
they
I mean,
already
look,
set
maybe
up
it'll look a little different tomorrow night,
It's
and maybe
personal
Alabama will be ahead
preference.
of them. I don't know, but the way it's currently set up right now, it ain't happening.
You can't cut out Oklahoma, and that's technically the last team out. You can't hurt them. So because they beat both Michigan and Alabama.
But Miami beat Notre Dame.
I mean, he's
3
got
months
tough
ago.
decisions. Who cares? 3 months ago. A win's a win.
I
all
knew.
right?
See, that's why I needed to get the Canes fan involved
Hold on,
here, Kyle.
Oklahoma beat Alabama 10 days ago.
I understand.
Gotta give them a little credit.
Zaz
I do. I give
Then
Oklahoma
Zaz,
credit.
why do you play the game? Why should Miami even play that game?
Because it's not just a head-to-head period.
I'm
It's
with you,
head-to-head
Zaz.
plus
I'm with
resume.
you.
It's head-to-head plus resume.
I'm with you, Zaz.
I mean, does anyone here believe that Vanderbilt and BYU are better than Miami?
No, nobody does.
Who believes that?
That's fair. Both those teams are not getting in.
No, but the point is the committee, by putting those 3 teams ahead of Miami as a buffer to keep them far enough away from Notre Dame that, like they said, they don't have to judge them head-to-head. The head-to-head Miami-Notre Dame doesn't come into play because they're not in the same tier right now in the rankings. Those teams are buffers to keep Notre Dame and Miami far enough apart that doesn't become an issue.
Oh, Zaz, I can't wait to watch Virginia lose by 2 scores and get a snoozer
I
in the
know.
first
I
round.
mean, you have a
can't
problem with
wait.
the rules now. So now you
I
just want to
can't
get rid of the
wait.
conference championship game and just Mike eye test it all, and just that's going to be your 12th. I mean,
Oh, I can't wait for
That's not
Virginia. Oh,
that's not fair. You can't do
their
that.
best wins as Florida State. I
I
mean,
hear you.
That's
in
not fair.
overtime.
But look, in that regard, not getting to the ACC title game, like that's on Miami. Like
Oh,
you know, they have no one to blame but themselves. there.
100%.
I mean, that's standings, not rankings.
I'm
Like,
just-
Miami only has to blame themselves.
I'm hoeing and humming because Miami's the only ACC team I want to see. Zaz.
You know what?
Yeah, you would think, because it feels like the committee doesn't like Miami, they should love Miami. We're talking a TV show here. You want to talk ratings? The Hurricanes get ratings.
Yep.
That's a team
Theater,
that everybody
Colin.
there loves or hates.
You know what's funny? If we were to put Miami up against all the teams that are in the postseason, and we were to rank the worst losses, Miami would have 2 of the worst 4. It'd be Virginia losing to NC State, and it'd be Alabama losing to FSU. And that'd probably be it. And then it'd be Miami getting 2 bad losses. That's what hurts them. That's their blemish on their schedule. It's the bad losses, not great wins. Bad losses.
Although SMU is probably going to be ranked again tomorrow night. And so, one of the Canes' 2 losses is going to be to ranked teams. So
They
I
stink.
don't know.
Zaz, they stink. SMU stinks.
I don't know. Look, SMU stinks. I get it. They've lost a total of, what are we talking, like 5 conference games the last 3 years?
Zaz,
They don't lose a lot.
the ACC.
I think the committee would be really annoyed if SMU beat Virginia. I think they're okay with Virginia getting in. I do. I don't think they're okay with SMU getting in.
I comparatively think the SMU team last year was better than this year. And look what happened last year.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that
that's why
SMU
I
team was
just-
undefeated last year in conference. This one only has 1 loss. They
Well,
never
got
lose in
in.
conference.
I feel like they got in. Like, I remember Clemson and Dabo after they beat them in the ACC championship. Like, oh, that team better be in there. Ugh, thanks.
Yeah, they were.
Appreciate it.
Well, you're only going to get one team
Appreciate
in,
it.
the team that wins
They
the
lost
game.
to Franklin.
You're going to get the team that
They
wins
lost
the
to
game.
Franklin. Your guy, James Franklin. They were
This is
never
my
at the
guy.
game.
Yeah, watch where you're
All
pointing.
I'm saying is we're always on
That's your
Franklin,
boy?
who's a
Nah,
big.
it's not my boy.
No,
I don't know.
Zaz. Here's the point I'm trying to make is we're always on Franklin, the guy who never wins a big game. They were never in the game. against the guy who never wins a game.
I think he's going to do well at Virginia.
I mean,
I do
Mike,
too.
Mike,
ACC
you
stinks.
Mike, you have a bigger problem with the format of the playoff than you do the teams that are getting in.
This year's as I think the conversations are going to be, well, what do we do with the conference champion now? Because the Miami team was better than the conference champion.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to do we
you're
try and change the format in
No.
the NFL when you have a 9-win division champion who gets a home game? Like, some years are wacky like that. It happens.
That's how it goes. Win your conference, make it big, make it feel
You're
big.
hang on. It's just ironic to me. You're always the one who wants the best games. Virginia is not like that's not going to be in the game.
I want best game throughout the season though. I want the ACC championship to feel big, have something on the line. I want the Big 12 championship to feel big, have something on the line. I'll be more into those two games than I will be into the SEC or the Big 10 championship. I'll be way more into the way more into the American, the ACC, and the Big 12.
When we're at a sauerkraut hangover on New Year's Eve, when we get on the couch to watch these games or whenever they're going to be played, well, let's just remember that the ACC champion of Virginia, we need to fix that, Seth. That's all I'm saying. We're going to need to fix that.
I hear you. I don't think we need to fix anything, though. I think some years can be wacky.
Yeah.
I think the way that the system was constructed this year, where it's not automatic buys for conference champions, I think they got that right. I think the playoffs going to be a lot better than this year than last year.
I got a brilliant idea for Miami. Don't lose to SMU in Louisville.
I know.
There you go.
I know.
There you
I
go.
know.
I got
You're
a
right.
brilliant idea. Zaz, where can people tune into you if they want to listen to more?
Zaslow Show 2.0, wherever you get your podcasts. If you would like, rate, comment, you do all that good stuff, I appreciate it. We cover everything South Florida, everything 305. We got the Heat tonight, for instance. Tyler Hero making his debut. We covered all of that on today's episode. Zaslow Show 2.0, and every episode is presented by
Appreciate it, Zaz. Looking forward to talking again next time, all right?
Good job, guys. See ya.
Thanks, Zaz.
Jonathan Zazzo, the voice of the 305, the Zazzo Show 2.0. We'll do a little 5 and 5 on the other side of things. It's Russo Rizzo, ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Winter is coming and your neighborhood DQ Grill and Chill is ready. Treat yourself to the new Peppermint Bark Blizzard or the Frosted Sugar Cookie Blizzard. 2 festive flavors that taste just like the holidays. Still hungry? Try DQ's Sweet Chili Tossed Chicken Tenders. A perfect balance of sweet and heat. And while you're at DQ Grill and Chill, make your celebration complete. Stop in today and order your DQ holiday cake. DQ Grill and Chill with 2 convenient locations, 4828 Lake Worth Road and US 1 just south of North Lake.
The 5 p.m. hour is presented by Good Greek Moving and Storage, the world's only total relocation company. Local or long distance, they've got you covered.
Good Greek Moving and Storage. Your superhero movers.
Every great performance starts with a plan. Your game plan for greatness begins at Men's Only Medical. Dr. Al is redefining men's health with concierge care and cutting-edge treatments tailored just for you. From anti-aging and weight management to cardiovascular health, skin, and hair, they've got you covered. Expect personalized care and advanced technology to help you look, feel, and perform your best. Visit mensonlymedical.com. Men's Only Medical, setting a new standard for men's health.
Hi, it's Evan Cohen from Unsportsmanlike, and when it comes to the NBA, I'm like a kid in a candy store. I want it all. Tonight, the Heat are back at home to face the Mavericks. East meets West, and the crowd's bringing that Miami energy. Coverage starts at 7 right here on ESPN 106.3.
I'm Ellie Anajar of Anajar and Levine. Injured in a car crash? Never rush to settle with insurance companies, and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anajar and Levine. Our experienced legal team will fight to win you the maximum compensation you deserve. Call me, Ellie Anajar, for a free consultation and take back control of your life. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In office, West Palm Beach.
ESPN 106.3 is your home for live sports presented by Hard Rock Bet, home of Inter Miami, Miami Heat, and the Miami Dolphins. Catch all the action and the biggest matchups throughout the week right here on ESPN 106.3. Hard Rock Bet, it's Florida's official sports book. Try Hard Rock Bet now and receive up to $100 back in bonus bets if your first bet doesn't win. It's offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida, must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida. Wager terms and conditions apply. Considered by gambling. Call 1-888-ADMIT.
Tired of being sidelined by a sports injury? Get back in the game with Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Whether you're a professional athlete or even a weekend warrior, you can get back to doing what you love with our compassionate orthopedic team. Experience a new level of care and get back to your best. Welcome to being treated like a pro. Make an appointment today at baptisthealth.net/ortho or call 833-556-6764.
I'm only human, Let's get back to the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. This is Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3.
The 5 p.m. hour of Russo and Rizzo is presented by Goo Greek Moving and Storage. You get Colin Russo, Mike Rizzo, Damian Perez with you. If you missed any of the show today, go listen back on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts, all those great places. Just go to Russo and Rizzo. You could also watch us back on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter/X at ESPN West Palm, ESPN South Florida. Damian Perez is our producer behind the glass today. Let's bounce around. Let's do a little 5 and 5 presented by Flagler Credit Union.
5 topics.
High five.
5 o'clock.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Let's get out of here.
Endless takes.
You can't handle the truth.
All gas, no brakes.
And it's shaking Big Ten.
It's time for the 5 at 5.
Hold on to your butts.
Presented by Flagler Credit Union, proud supporter of FAU athletics.
Speaking of Flagler Credit Union, folks, every family has dreams. A vacation, a new car, or even a rainy day fund. With a Boost savings account from Flagler Credit Union, your dreams can become reality. Earn up to 3.0 annual percentage yield with no minimum balance, no monthly fees, and easy access to your funds. Whether you're saving for life's big moments or everyday expenses, a Boost savings account helps you reach your goals faster. Open a Boost savings account today and start boosting your future at Flagler Credit Union. That is Flagler Credit Union, the official credit union of Florida Atlantic Athletics. You see their name at that beautiful stadium down in Boca.
Number 1.
I'm a Shador man. I'm a Shador man. 17 times a rookie quarterback has not gotten a win in a Cleveland Browns uniform. Well, Shador Sanders breaks that. Colin, your initial thoughts of Shador Sanders and his play and the big-time win against the Raiders in Vegas.
The great Raiders. The great Raiders in Vegas. The great Raiders. It's not the 70s, all right? First of all, I think it's funny how we're just comparing it to the other terrible Cleveland Browns starters that have come before him, most of them at least. And he is the one who somehow came out of there with a win, and therefore everybody else who assuredly was a bust in retrospect to the franchise, every single one of them. Maybe Mayfield. All of them, other than that, have been mostly a bust. So Mike's seen enough after 5. I think
I'm a Shador man.
So short-sighted with this. I think he will learn in due time. I don't know if he's any good yet, and that's my declaration. It's hard to judge. He played a good defense one week, and he was terrible with maybe a lack of preparation. Fine, and then the other week he played against a team that is quite literally playing the worst out of any team in the entire league, and he played okay against them. It's hard for me to judge. That's what I'll say. You don't know yet.
Colin and I did 30 minutes on this earlier in the show. You can go back and listen on the ESPN South Florida app. Download it today. Your one-stop shop for ESPN West Palm. Quickly, Stefanski wasted our time with Gabriel for 5 weeks. We're all good.
Didn't waste your time.
The 60-yard throw. The 60-yard throw to Isaiah Bond, which should have been a touchdown. Kid tripped over his 2 feet.
Dude, I could point you a direction of a specific Anthony Richardson throw. The first game of his career, where it was one of the best throws I think I've ever seen in my entire life. And he stinks.
The 60-yard throw.
He stinks.
The 60-yard throw that kid threw, Colin, was the best play of the year.
Oh,
Thank God. And by the way, Kevin Stefanski came out and named him the starter. Once again, if you want to listen to Colin and I go back and forth, download the ESPN South Florida app, your one-stop shop for ESPN West Palm.
Number 2.
All right, something we haven't talked about yet, Colin. Jamar Chase says he is sorry for spitting after initially denying that he spit on Jalen Ramsey. Now, Colin, he's sorry about it. What do you think of Joe? What do you think?
I mean, they could have won that game with Chase yesterday.
I agree. So what do you think of Jamar Chase now kind of walking back on his word after he said he didn't spit on Jalen Ramsey? And obviously everyone who has eyes saw that he spit on Ramsey.
The Bengals have been a complete dumpster fire. I should have been all over this under. I'm surprised I wasn't. all things considered, because I wasn't high on them coming into the year to begin with. No Trey Hendrickson on Thursday on Thanksgiving against the Ravens. Looks like they're not going to have T. Higgins. They'll have Joe Burrow back, but that's a team that's been hit with ailments left and right. They got no defense, and the entire team does not play well at the exact same time. It's a big problem. I think that major changes need to come to Cincinnati. If you want to keep running this roster back, you're going to go nowhere fast. I think it either starts at the head coach or it starts with gutting some of your stars. That's the two opinions I have there.
Number 3.
Well, Caleb Williams, another dub under his belt. A 31-28 win for the Bears. They're 8-3 on the year. Right now, in the playoff picture, they are the third best team in the NFC. Colin, do you have Bear fever?
Here's the thing. How far are the Bears away from getting a home playoff game? Let's say it at this point. Let's be honest with ourselves. They're 8-3. They still got the Packers twice, 49ers, Lions again, and then the Eagles this weekend, and then the middle game is the Browns. And the Browns are just at home. So, right then and there, if you say that they can split against the Packers somehow, they can split against the Packers, which they totally can do. They beat the Browns, and then they win one of the Eagles, 49ers, and Lions. They're 3-3, 11 wins. They totally have a home playoff game with that. They totally have the home. They win the division with that. I think there's going to be a number of 10-7 teams, and with the right tiebreakers, I think the Bears can do it.
And I'm thinking back, Colin, the game that the Bears, and listen, I think they're making the playoffs. They played well. Ben Johnson has been a great first-year head coach. You know, the game they're kicking themselves about, I think is going to be that Minnesota game where they lost on Monday Night Football. They had that game won 3 different times. Bad clock management, not kicking the ball out of the end zone. It was bad management by the Bears in that, and I think it could be what they kicked themselves about at the end of the season.
Lions still have to deal with the Rams, too, who are the best team in the league at the moment.
Yep.
So they got to deal with the Rams on the road in a couple weeks. And this is a Lions team that hasn't played. Imagine if the Lions were to lose this weekend. Bears could completely control their own destiny. Because the Bears would have the Packers twice.
And to be fair, and I know the Bears only won by 3. Give Pittsburgh some credit. They played tough. But the Lions were dead by rights multiple times in that game against the Giants. It just goes to show how crazy of an NFL week it was.
Number 4.
Now, obviously, Colin and I haven't touched on every single NFL topic yet. Folks, I urge you to stick around and listen to the 5th quarter coming up next, presented by Hard Rock Bet. But where I wanted to stay here with number 4, we're sticking with the NFL, and we're sticking with the NFC North. The Packers getting a big win, 23-6 over the Vikings. Colin, is this more about how good the Packers played or how bad the Vikings are, specifically quarterback J.J. McCarthy, who failed to put up a point in the second half in Lambeau?
Yeah, I mean, you could say both, first of all. So how about this? J.J. McCarthy ranks 851 out of 852 in EPA per dropback amongst qualified passers since 2000. The only player worse, Jamarcus Russell. On top of that, when eliminating quick dropbacks with quick pressures that's under 2.5 seconds to throw, J.J. McCarthy's performance against the Packers yesterday ranked 344th of 346 quarterback performances this year and 331st in success rate. That's all advanced statistics for you, but
Colin, he threw 19 times and threw for 87 yards.
That's...
What? 2 interceptions.
I don't want to go back on my word. It's too early to tell with some of these players. You could Josh Rosen him. We could Josh Rosen him.
All right, so I'm getting crap for Dylan Gabriel.
Why? Because the roster on the Vikings is so much more adept to shooting a winning quarterback comparatively to the Browns.
Fair enough.
That's it. That's why we view Cam Ward. We give him time, and we get with... This is a team that won 14 games last year, and the guy who they let go, 2 of the guys who they let go, including Jones, are top 10 in the NFL in quarterback rating.
Jordan Love didn't even play great either. But here's the thing. He didn't turn the ball over. All right?
Packers played well. And that's without Josh Jacobs.
And the Wilson kid was able to run. You give LaFleur some credit. I can't believe how bad this Viking team is. I thought JJ'd be good in the NFL. Harbaugh, quarterback whisperer, pro-style offense. Very surprising.
Number 5.
I was never in on him. I mean, think about it. He wasn't...
In pro-style offense, Harbaugh.
He was a manager. Nobody would have denied. He was a game manager in college. He was a game manager.
Played well in that playoff. He played well against Alabama, and then in the national championship game against Washington. That's what I will say. And played well in that Ohio State game.
They ran the ball all over everybody. That was what they did. That was what they were great at. They had great defense and a great rushing attack.
Corum and Edwards, to your point.
So I was... Vikings are in a tough spot. They had a team that won 14 games last year, and they're closer to a rebuild in the playoffs. That's where they're at.
Number 5.
I ate everything in the fridge yesterday here.
What?
So Inter Miami obviously had their playoff game. And when Ken goes live, I usually grab a second. Dude, I ransacked that fridge. I ate the stuffing. I ate the turkey. Any leftover.
Somebody's got to do it. Yeah.
Any good leftover that was outside. I'm not much of a sweet guy, even though I did
Threw
finish.
it all in the microwave or the toaster oven?
Dude, threw that rigatoni, threw that stuffing. And I strategically planned I did not eat. Like, I worked on, I did not eat yesterday. Colin, I came in here and ate like a you-know-what. I ate everything in there.
Somebody needs to do it. Everybody's getting out of town for the holidays.
I ransacked the fridge. 'Tis the season, brother. Happy eating season. Eating season is officially upon us, Colin. What are you looking forward to the most at your Thanksgiving dinner?
Good football.
And the reason I'm asking, this is my last show. I'm off tomorrow. I'm off Wednesday as I'm going home to family. What are you looking for? It's the last time I'm talking to you. What are you looking forward to eating the most on your Thanksgiving plate?
I was talking about it with my dad all weekend. Very fortunate that the NFL played out the way it did, because now you got great games. So now you can just be focused on the games, and that's all. You're good to go. So I'm more excited for the football.
You're not going to eat?
I'm going to eat, but I'm excited for the football. And then the food itself, the food's going to be great. What I look forward to, that sweet potato casserole. It's funny, last year. I'll say it, whatever. My dad does the gummies. Me and him did a gummy last year for Thanksgiving, and boy, oh boy, did the food taste pretty good.
What movie did you watch that one time when you did it and you told me it was insanity?
I'll say this too.
The Incredible.
No. This is another one you'll like.
All right.
Christmas Eve, Russo family. Let's just say a family bonding moment. Let's put it that way. Watch Wedding Crashers as a group. Christmas Eve. That's coming up. That was a big day.
God.
That was a 5 presented by Flagler Credit Union. We'll take a time out here and do a little game plan for greatness on the other side of things. It's Russo and Rizzo, ESPN 106.3.
Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Ready to take on any terrain? The all-new 2025 Defender 110 P300S is here. Built for those who crave adventure without compromising on luxury. Lease the powerful 2025 Defender 110 P300S for just $849 per month for 36 months. Whether you're tackling the toughest roads or cruising the city, the Defender is ready for it all. Don't wait. Visit Land Rover Palm Beach today and experience the Defender like never before. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Breaking news on ESPN 106.3 is brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
This just in. We begin this hour with breaking news.
When news breaks, ESPN 106.3 has it covered.
We've had developments. ESPN 106.3 can now report.
When your vehicle breaks, St. Lucie Battery and Tire fixes it. Stay tuned to ESPN 106.3 for more breaking news. Brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. The moment you've been waiting for all year, it's here. The McRib is back at McDonald's. No more daydreaming about that saucy, tangy barbecue flavor, because it's back in your hands where it belongs. Now, get 15% off when you spend more than $10, only in the McDonald's app. Pair it up with some fries and a Dr. Pepper. Don't wait. The McRib won't stick around forever. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Offer valid through 12/31/25 at participating McDonald's. Valid once a week. Must opt into rewards. Excludes tax. Dr. Pepper is a registered trademark of Dr. Pepper 7-Up, Inc.
Extra value meals are back. For just $5, get a savory and sweet sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles, plus hash browns and a coffee. Only at McDonald's.
For limited time only. Prices and participation may vary. Prices may be higher in Hawaii, Alaska, and California, and for delivery.
Extra value meals are back. That means 10 tender, juicy McNuggets and medium fries and a drink are just $8. Only at McDonald's.
For limited time only. Prices and participation may vary. Prices may be higher in Hawaii, Alaska, and California, and for delivery.
Hey, Shot, I know you be hearing this and that from here and there, but please trust.
Let's get back to the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. This is Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3.
If you're trying to get into shape, you're trying to get into the gym, you got to understand that it's not just getting into the gym, it's also how you fuel your body. VitaCost Sports Certified Marketplace, it's built for athletes and people who want to understand how training hard and understanding the benefits of what clean supplementation and nutrition can do for you. Whether you're trying to train for a race, prepping for a triathlon, grinding at the gym, just trying to get into better shape, Vitacost is your go-to for leveling up your game and taking it to the next level. They have a sports-certified marketplace, over 400 performance-enhancing supplements that are all certified free of banned substances to help you level up your game. Visit Vitacost.com/sport-certified to make that purchase today. Use code ESPN20 for 20% off. That's ESPN20 for 20% off. Level up your game at Vitacost. Let's figure out what's going to happen tonight on Monday Night Football. Let's do a little game plan for greatness with Men's Only Medical.
Men, games aren't won on Friday night. They're won Monday through Thursday.
You find out life's this game of inches.
It's about preparation, it's about discipline, and it's about showing up ready to dominate.
That's gonna make the difference between winning and losing.
And now, your game plan for greatness. Brought to you by Men's Only Medical. Visit mensonlymedical.com.
Clear eyes, full hearts. Let's go play some football. Let's go, baby!
Well, folks, you hear me talk about Doc Al all the time over at Men's Only Medical, and it's hysterical because I just told Colin I, emptied out the fridge here at ESPN West Palm. Doc Al goes, Riz, emptying out the fridge is not Doc Al approved. He texted me that. So, yeah, no more emptying out the fridge for me. But, you hear me talk about Men's Only Medical. I'm focusing on the preventative side and my nutrition and weight management. Go take a look at how Doc Al, a Cardinal Newman man, local man, can help you out on North Dixie Highway. Well, Game Plan for Greatness, where we come up with game plans for the Monday night teams. You could have that godforsaken Panther team. I'm still upset with them knocking me out of the big-time no names, please, survivor pool. I'm going with the Niners, and it's simple. I mean, Christian McCaffrey, this is the year he doesn't get injured and puts up crazy, crazy numbers. McCaffrey's been great all year long. If you're the Niners, run that ball, run that ball, run that ball. With a Kyle Shanahan-style offense, you need a puppet. You heard Colin and I talk about it earlier with the Stefanski offense. Listen, Shanahan is the Stefanski offense that's actually good. Mac Jones has played majority of the year. Guys, they're 7-4. Keep doing what you've been doing if you're San Francisco. Run the ball, run your bootlegs, keep it safe. I think San Francisco wins this one pretty big tonight, Colin, behind Christian McCaffrey.
I agree. What's my game plan for Carolina? Get out of this week. Get healthy. All right? I don't think that they're going to win this game. I followed Carolina all year. They are a one game on, one game off. I consider this one game off. I'd be blown away if they were in this game. This is the classic game that the Niners beat them 34-7 if I had to make a prediction. Carolina's in and out. Some weeks they could go toe-to-toe with anybody, and some weeks they can't. I don't think they're going to dodge that consistency this week. They got the Rams next week, so a tough 2 weeks here. I don't think Carolina's win this game. I don't. I have their over. I need one more game to win that over. I don't think they're getting this one. All right? I think they need to win one more elsewhere. So it's just how they go. They lost to the Bills, thrashed by the Bills. And then they go and beat the Packers in Lambeau. And then they lose to the New Orleans Saints. And then they beat the Atlanta Falcons in a great game.
The fact that they lost to the Saints, that's a fireable offense, losing to the Saints.
You're only saying that because you had them on the Survivor, right?
The no names, please, big-time Survivor? Yeah. Thanks, Carolina. Appreciate it, Dave Canales.
I get it. You should have asked me. I know how this Carolina team works, Mike. They're one game on, one game off.
I wouldn't even, the boys wanted them. It wouldn't even have came into it because we could have saved Seattle.
So tonight in Monday Night Football, I don't know.
They're done. They don't have a chance. That's your game plan for greatness. Get healthy. I like that.
Get out of this week healthy.
That's the ultimate smack in the face. Get healthy.
Just get out of this week healthy and you're good to go.
God.
That's Mike Rizzo, Colin Russo. Big thanks to Damien Price keeping us up over the airwaves. Stick around because we got another hour. The fifth quarter presented by Hard Rock Bet coming up after this. Get into the rest of the games. J.J. McCarthy's start yesterday. Is it fair to be out on him already, or are we being completely unfair to the young quarterback? We'll get into that. Some of the biggest wins of the weekend, the rest of the games on the Sunday slate that we got to get into. It's all to come. Stick around for it because you got the fifth quarter presented by Hard Rock Bet coming right to you right here on ESPN 106.3.
In sports and in life, how you move matters. So when injuries or pain get in the way, the orthopedic specialists at HSS Florida provide world-class care to get you moving again. From non-surgical and surgical care to personalized rehabilitation, HSS Florida offers the same quality and expertise you expect from HSS, the world's #1 in orthopedic care. With 2 convenient locations in West Palm Beach and Wellington. Learn more at hss.edu/Florida. Choose better, move better.
The 5 p.m. hour is presented by Good Greek Moving and Storage, the world's only total relocation company. Local or long distance, they've got you covered.
Good Greek Moving and Storage. Your superhero movers.
Hi, it's Evan Cohen. Stuck in I-95 traffic behind a golf cart and a guy transporting a kayak on a moped? Same. At least you've got ESPN 106.3. Oh yeah, a lane is closed up ahead. Probably should have told you about that first. Hey, more time to listen to ESPN 106.3. Isn't that great?
Calling all sports fans, grab your MVP card and head to Duffy's where you can catch all of the action. Not an MVP? Sign up for free and start earning rewards today. Duffy's is voted the best sports grill year after year with their award-winning burgers and wings. Don't forget about Duffy's famous 2-for-1 drinks all day, every day. And with over 80 TVs in every location, you'll never miss a minute of the game. Visit Duffy'sMVP.com to learn more. Duffy's, our game is always on.
Want to accelerate your career as a manager or executive in the exciting industry of sports? Florida Atlantic University's MBA in Sport Management program is ranked #1 in Florida and 10th in the world. Students learn practical and applied skills from top faculty and experts who work in the industry. With a 94% placement rate for all grads, the full-time MBA program sets students up for success in the world of sports. Check out Florida Atlantic University's MBA in Sport Management program today by going to business.fau.edu.
When your team's best players have all been traded and the latest pick is overrated, just raise a glass with a friend or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. May your team be great and your picks be true, and if it falls apart, you'll know what to do. Just raise a glass with a fan or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. It's a crazy world, so what do? You tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. Hey!
Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, imported by William Grant & Sons, Inc.
Time now for the Land Rover Palm Beach Player of the Week, supporting local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. Every Player of the Week is eligible to win a scholarship at the end of the year. This year, a $20,000 scholarship will be awarded to an athlete, with $5,000 going to the winner's high school athletic department. Land Rover Palm Beach, above and beyond. Here's Cage.
Our Land Rover Palm Beach week is St. Andrews swimming captain William DeMocos Murphy. William helped lead the Scots to their 3rd straight runner-up finish at the state championships. Here he is on the difference between swimming individually and part of a relay race.
Mentally for the solo race, I'm just locked in, focusing on myself. But for the relay, I know all my boys want to go 100%, want to win, want to do good. So I feel like it's a different mentality. I feel like we all have the same mentality that we got to do this for each other. It's not just for ourselves this time.
Congratulations, William, on being selected this week's Land Rover Palm Beach Player of the Week.
Winter is coming and your neighborhood DQ Grill and Chill is ready. Treat yourself to the new Peppermint Bark Blizzard or the Frosted Sugar Cookie Blizzard. 2 festive flavors that taste just like the holidays. Still hungry? Try DQ's Sweet Chili Tossed Chicken Tenders. A perfect balance of sweet and heat. And while you're at DQ Grill and Chill, make your celebration complete. Stop in today and order your DQ holiday cake. DQ Grill and Chill with 2 convenient locations, 4828 Lake Worth Road and US 1 just south of North Lake.
Anajar and Levine.
Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 106.3.
WESP Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio
The
station.
following is a paid program. Advice and opinions expressed during this program are solely that of the hosts or guests of this program and not of ESPN 106.3 or Good Karma Brands.
Yeah, here we go! 2 hours are not enough.
And that'll do it for regulation.
Welcome to the 5th quarter, presented by Hard Rock Bet.
Take this one to overtime.
Russo and Rizzo bring you the stories, the takes, and the breakdowns that go beyond the final whistle. We head into overtime. The 5th quarter starts now.
The 5th quarter presented by Hard Rock Bet on ESPN 106.3. Colin Russo and Mike Rizzo still with you with Damian Perez behind the glass at the City Place Studios in downtown West Palm Beach, having a good time here on a Monday, November 24th edition of the program. It is Thanksgiving week. It is feast week, turkey week, if you will, as we got good Thanksgiving football coming up in a couple days. And you got Monday Night Football tonight with a little Niners and Carolina Panther action. Carolina Panthers, who are right there at first place in the NFC South because the Buccaneers keep blowing up. And you got the San Francisco 49ers, who are getting a little healthier offensively. They still have some major season-ending injuries on the defensive side of the ball. But a team that offensively is starting to get their horses back in order, and a team that has the easiest schedule remaining, so they could totally make a postseason run. But it should be a good time. A lot happened in the NFL Week 12 schedule that we still got to get into, and we'll get into some of the big underdogs of the week. Staying on yesterday, Mike, before we get into we'll get into Monday Night Football a little later on. One person we haven't talked about yet, and I think he deserves more criticism than anybody else in this entire league. I don't care how little he's played. I don't care if it's a pseudo-rookie year or not. J.J. McCarthy is awful. J.J. McCarthy is terrible. And I'm not just saying like he's terrible, like you say Cam Ward's terrible, and you're thinking, oh, well, we'll give him a little bit of time. He's playing with a terrible team. We know for a fact this Viking team is not a terrible team. We know for a fact Kevin O'Connell is not a horrible head coach. We know for a fact they have got a great defensive coordinator. They got a bad offensive line. They got a hurt offensive line. Fair. Fine. But McCarthy has been absolutely terrible. Outside of maybe 2 or 3 good quarters, good drives. He had 2 good drives against Chicago. He somehow won that game. And he had 2 good drives against Chicago to make the game close towards the end. And even towards the Baltimore game, they were okay. Now, he was solid somehow in the Detroit game. Outside of that, he has been terrible. He has been awful. If there's somebody you could Josh Rosen somebody, that is him. He's a first-round pick. And I can't imagine a team that has squandered their chance at a window more than what the Vikings have right now.
Agreed, especially when you had Sam Darnold last year going, 14-3?
And Daniel Jones
is
back.
Yeah, and now, Jones, who found the fountain of youth, give him credit. Give him and Shane Steichen some credit. They've worked well together. Colin, this brother can't even throw 200 yards. He's thrown 200 yards one time in his NFL career. I mean, this is like... This is, give me the stat, 151 out of 152 quarterbacks.
In EPA.
I mean, this is bad.
Yeah. I mean,
this is bad.
It's a good team, too. This is not a bad team. Like, Titans stink. You know the Titans stink.
He's the reason they're losing games. That's the thing. If you're a quarterback, if you're the direct result of why you're losing the game because of bad turnovers and incompetence, that's hard to hide. You know what I mean, Colin? It's hard to hide somebody who is just bad. And as an Ohio State fan, I relish, you could shower me in this. This kid stinks. This kid stinks.
EPA per dropback is an advanced statistic where they calculate how much points you give to your offense. Expected points added is what they call it. It's an advanced statistic. Basically, how much do you provide to the offense? He is 851st out of 852 qualified passers since 2000 in EPA per dropback. The only player worse is Jamarcus Russell.
He's making Justin Jefferson look like Calvin Ridley. Honest God, he's making Justin Jefferson look like a mediocre wide receiver. I don't know how you can't be good with Jordan Addison, Justin Jefferson, TJ Hawkinson. I mean, I even complained to you about Aaron Jones. I have Aaron Jones in fantasy as well, along with JJ. That you could throw to him. You could get him a couple of passes. My God, he has more weapons you could shake a stick at. 87 passing yards, 2 interceptions on 19 attempts. That is catastrophic bad. And listen, do you put it on the GM? Do you put it on the coach? I mean, who do you put this quarterback disaster on? 6 touchdowns to 10 interceptions. He has a QBR at 24.8. I'm pretty sure you could pull a guy off the street who played college football to go 24.8 on a QBR. Terrible.
He's got an awful completion percentage. He's got the worst completion percentage in the league. Small sample size, Shedeur Sanders. That's neither here nor there. J.J. McCarthy is completing 54% of his passes. He's dead last in QBR. He's got 10 interceptions. He's taken 20 sacks. I mean, geez. At what point? And I understand you got to play the game, but he's given him a year. He got hurt. Now he's got another concussion. He might not play next week. They're going to go Max Brasmer next week. But, I mean, I had to look up who that was, by the way. Minnesota guy. That's what Brian Rhodes told me.
I had to look him up.
I forgot him because I was thinking of it. Brian comes up. He goes, it's the guy who played at Minnesota. I'm like, Ethan Kaliak-Manis? That guy was a stud. He might be a
PJ Fleck guy.
Yeah, might be a pretty good spot.
Stop it. Let's go through it. The Atlanta game. I mean, geez, $158, 2 interceptions, no tutties. He was a direct result of losing that game. I even argue the Baltimore and the second Bear game too. The 2 interceptions coming at a bad time.
Game, they were they had no points for the entire game except for the last 2 drives of the game.
And that was week 1, right? That was week 1
What
when
happened
they won
both
the
times
game.
against the Bears?
Sorry,
Both times against the Bears.
Sorry.
Happened last week.
I'm getting my dates mixed up. And then obviously with what happened yesterday, 87 passing yards to 2 interceptions. You bench him, by the way? You Kevin O'Connell.
Bench him for who? Max Brosmer?
That's where you at. It's where we're at. Is he injured? He's
got a concussion now.
Oh, okay. A concussion.
He's in protocol. Okay. So we're going to not see him. Here's the problem. He can't even stay on the field. He's not even good when he's on the field, and he can't stay on the field. He got hurt with Wentz. He got hurt last year. Now he's got a concussion. I understand the offensive line is not doing him any favors. There is no doubt about that. But he stinks. You want to talk about eye test? I'll tell you eye test. Yeah. He stinks.
And to stink with that head coach who fixes
that's
everybody?
That's the worst part.
Who fixes everybody?
That guy has worked with everybody he's worked with. I mean, every quarterback he's worked with, he's worked well for. And the defense, the defense is good. Brian Flores is going to get head coaching interviews at the very least.
I agree.
They have an older defense. Blake Cashman is older. I mean, Jonathan Grenard is older. Harrison Smith is about 50 years old. Byron Murphy's not young. Eric Wilson, their good linebacker, is 31 years old. They have a defense that needs to play well now. And offensively, Justin Jefferson's not getting any younger. Aaron Jones is not getting any younger. TJ Hawkinson's not getting any younger. Jordan Addison's young. But an offensive line is a mess. That team, is it crazy to say that they could blow it up next year and I don't think anybody would question it? Like, trade Jefferson for picks? Go put him on the trade block, let him go somewhere else?
No. Go find a quarterback.
Because he could work with anybody?
Go find a quarterback. Clearly, this kid is
You'd have to
not.
You'd have to go find a starter.
We're quickly. We're both in agreements. You got to move on.
Are we under the? Are we also under agreement? Yeah, I think you need
at least get a quarterback.
At least bring somebody else.
Go get a quarterback. I wouldn't blow it up. Go get a quarterback. You're in these games. Kyler Murray.
It's actually not a bad idea.
Don't they play in a dome in that crazy stadium?
It's actually a good idea. I
don't know. Go get anybody. Jacoby Brissett might be able to lead this team to 9 wins.
That's not a guy you want to go for.
I understand, but what I'm saying is bare minimum quarterback play.
Here's the problem. The window is closing. ING. I just told you that defense, they're all in their 30s.
The division doesn't help either.
They're all in their 30s, and their division's in a good spot.
I mean, look at, I'm not a Jordan Love guy, but a lot of people are, so I'm going to put him on the list.
They got a good general manager, too.
Jordan Love, Jared Goff, and Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
Those guys are going nowhere.
Owufu Mensah is their general manager. He's a good general manager.
Yeah, he actually came from Cleveland. But you just upgrade the position. Like you said, bring someone in, bring in some competition. You cannot continue to trot this out there. You can't do it.
Not after this year.
Can't do it.
He's there. Unless he turns it around and, hey, maybe Mike and I are being a little too early. Can we give the kid a chance? I mean, geez. This is it. This is the one situation that you should be fine in. Sam Darnold was getting MVP votes last year. Sam Darnold's a good player, and now Sam Darnold is ripping it for Seattle right now. I don't care if he's bad in a big game. Fine. But he's still great in the regular season, at least to this point. And they signed him for $30 million a year. Cheap comparatively to what you can spend.
I think a Viking fan would certainly trade what they did last year to this year. It's not even like the Vikings are so awful that they're going to have a top 5 draft pick. They're a meddling team right now.
I would be sick if I was a Vikings fan.
They're
right
a meddling
based on what could have been or what was. Oh, I'd be sick.
That and winning 14 games last year, that's the number one reason why you should be mad. And then you're not even bad to the point where you're going to get a top 5 draft pick. And maybe that's the miserable Brown fan talking. But at the same time, Colin, you are right at the middle of a 4-7 bad team with a bad quarterback. And what stinks is it's not a bad roster. Wasting.
That's the worst
part.
And you know it's a good coaching staff. Everybody knows it's a good coaching staff. Right? I think this is the one. And the Vikings are a well-run organization. They make good trades. They traded Danielle Hunter. They probably shouldn't have. But they
didn't want to pay him.
Yeah, they make good trades. They keep their vets around. Guys love playing in Minnesota. They rank number 1 in facilities every single year of the team report cards amongst players. They're able to develop. O'Connell has worked well with every player he's gotten in terms of quarterback. He's a young head coach. They have a great fan base. There's no doubt that every piece is there. It's just he is such a nightmare. He was so bad against Green Bay. So bad. J.J. McCarthy was. And I would be sick knowing that what could have been comparatively And the fact is, you can't blame the coaching staff because he didn't play last year.
Right.
He wasn't even practicing. They couldn't even see it.
And
they had to make a judgment call based on the draft profile.
What's crazy is that he was probably going to be the starter, too, if he didn't get hurt in the preseason. He probably would have been the opening day starter, and Darnold would have been the backup.
And the team would have won 10 games instead of 14 because they would have been out after 4 games.
Right, exactly. They would have made a switch to Darnold, and that would have been the rest of it.
I mean, McCarthy, geez. I mean, is it that crazy to retool it? Is it crazy?
Just get it, dude.
I mean, think about Minnesota. I mean, is that
Kyle,
team?
I don't even, this isn't even me trying to be mean or anything, but it's like, it's simple. Get a quarterback.
Oh,
That's it.
who?
That's it. That ain't bare minimum.
They got Darnold last year. It didn't work. That was probably the apex of what could have been with them. Is it that crazy to try to retool it? And not like a hard rebuild, but a soft rebuild. Get rid of Jefferson.
It's not how they operate, though, is it?
No, not a hard rebuild.
Even when they got rid of Cousins, they didn't necessarily, completely blow everything up.
I mean, if you ask Jefferson right now behind closed doors, I know he's a Minnesota guy. You don't think
you
don't think he'd be open to a change of scenery?
Oh,
I'm not saying he's going to make a scene like every other wide receiver does, but you don't think he'd be open to a change of scenery?
He looks like Donovan Peoples-Jones. Honest to God.
He doesn't look that bad.
He looks like Donovan Peoples-Jones. Colin, 4 for 48. Don't look at his game log because
Mike, he doesn't look that bad.
He has one touchdown in the last 8 weeks, man. It's bad. And granted, yeah, it's on the quarterback. I get all that, but geez, you are wasting, and you're paying him. To your credit, you're paying him all this money to do what? Catch 4 balls a game? Look what Cousins was able to do. Look what Darnold did with him last year. Even Jordan Addison.
So you're saying take a look around at what not only the Vikings did 2 years ago, but what the Colts did this year because you're just that type of player away. Now the question is who? Now the question is who's the failed experiment elsewhere that could succeed with Minnesota? Tua.
What about Geno Smith?
What about Tua Tagovailoa?
What do you mean? Miami Mike's coming back next year.
Oh.
He was talking crap on Las Olas, the Bills fans.
J.J. McCarthy for Tua, and you get a roster dump from the Viking side, too.
Yeah.
Who says no?
But watch O'Connell find some backup we're not even thinking about right now and have him sling it next year.
Mac Jones.
Like Carson Wentz, that was a pipe dream, right?
Mac Jones.
Maybe.
Backup for Purdy right now. Played well this year.
And Shanahan is one of those coaches, like we said.
He would hand deliver him.
Correct.
That's what Darnold did.
Correct.
That's exactly what they did last time.
Exactly.
All right.
Exactly.
Mac Jones, starter for next year.
Yep.
That's actually not bad. Not bad.
I cannot believe how bad. And listen, shame on me for thinking McCarthy was actually going to be good. Shame on me. Shame on me.
As a Michigan guy, too. I never was in on him too much, but, I mean, geez.
Shame on me for thinking that kid was. Listen, pro-style offense. I mean, didn't have to make a lot of throws. I understand all that, but he didn't throw the 2 interceptions. You know what I mean? I said with McCarthy, bare minimum, he'll be a game manager.
Right,
he won't turn the ball over.
He looks outclassed.
And now he's turning the ball over, and you can't even stomach him.
Can't even stomach him. Unbelievable. I'm down on J.J. McCarthy. I'm down on that whole experiment. But, I mean, and I think the Vikings are a likable team. I do. Because it's fun to hate the Packers. It's fun to hate on the Lions a little bit because the new guys on the block. And then the Bears,
you know me, the Bears.
Yeah, Mike loves the Bears. It can drive people crazy when the Bear fan starts getting in your ear about a team being pretty good. The Vikings are sort of that in between.
Good. It's the Bears in 2018.
Yeah, but Mitch Trubisky, I remember that year like it was yesterday.
2018.
Oh, gosh. And they were barking.
As I called them, the clueless one, Matt Nagy. Remember
gosh.
Nagy? Oy vey. Anyway.
Go trade for Kirk Cousins back and go get Kirk Cousins again.
What are you going to keep doing this? You laugh, but that's a better option than this.
I completely agree with you.
Go get Penix. Go get whatever one that Atlanta doesn't want next year. Sure, it's better in this experiment. This is failed.
Can you imagine being
this is a disaster.
Atlanta and Minnesota in this scenario where last year there was a ton of great quarterbacks drafted. Caleb Williams has done well with the Bears. Jaden Daniels is self-explanatory. Bo Nix has done great. And Drake May has been absolutely
fantastic. Remember what you said. Someone has to be bad.
Somebody has to stink. That's what we said before the year.
Don't worry.
Somebody has to stink.
I found him.
We found him.
Kyle, I found him.
Somebody has to stink. And there might be 2 of them. And the other one might be in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Two guys who played the championship.
Listen, they're a disaster.
Somebody who played in the championship game, too. Two guys who played in the championship game.
Raheem,
Boy, were we sold.
Raheem Morris is hanging on by a shoelace.
That's where you can give benefit of the doubt. You can't do that with McCarthy because Kevin O'Connell is a great coach. Great coach. Send J.J. McCarthy to the Rams. See if McVay can fix him.
He'll have him be a backup. That's what'll happen. He'll be a backup. Is he capable of being a backup? No, I'm being mean. But you get what I'm saying, though.
Now you're being
Who the hell would go to him in a big spot? Let's say that the Rams are a great team. Let's say Stafford, the damn back's getting them. What, you're going to go to that kid? You're going to go to that? 87 yards on 20 attempts? That's embarrassing. Like I said, you could pick up Johnny Manziel off of the street and he could throw for 80 yards.
He's statistically the worst quarterback in the league. He's contextually the worst quarterback in the league. And he's eye test the worst quarterback in the league.
Money Manziel could throw 2 interceptions, 80 yards on 20 attempts.
Yeah, I mean, the kid can't play. There's no doubt. The kid can't play. McCarthy cannot be a player at this level in the National Football League. Can't. And I was never hot on him coming out of the draft. I never saw it because there were guys that were prototypical quarterback prospects, big, strong arm, good with their legs and arms. McCarthy was, I know he took over for, I believe, Cade McNamara on Michigan at the early point of the year, and they sort of never looked back. But he was somebody that they were a rushing team, when a defense team, before you even got to any sort of passing attack, anything quarterback related. Signing the lens of the camera. I understand. Great team. Really is. Great team. But a classic college team where the quarterback is the crutch. He is the guy you cannot rely on nearly as much as the rest of the team. He's the worst part of that team.
He makes Bryce Young look like Dan Marino.
You're hating on Bryce Young. Bryce Young wins a big game.
Dude, for 400 yards. That's why I said he makes Bryce Young look like Dan Marino. Your guy, Bryce Young.
And here's the problem. Because Bryce Young, we gave him benefit of the doubt. Why? Because he was on the team that had the number 1 overall pick. It's a lot different. That's why Cam Ward is having statistically similar games.
And Ward played well last week.
And Ward has played well last 2 weeks. Remember, they had the Texans do dead to rights as well.
Yep.
And that's why you give him benefit of the doubt. Coach fired. Number 1 overall pick team is a lot different than the Vikings, who are coming off a playoff appearance.
This was supposed to be plug and play.
Plug and play.
That's simple.
Contextually, he has been nothing short of an F on a report card. F. He's not healthy, and he can't play when he's on the field. I don't know what else you don't want to see when a quarterback. I'm out.
Now, it's
Josh Rosenham, out. See ya. Goodbye.
I was about to ask you that. Is that the worst sense that we've seen out of a first-round pick? I'm trying to think of disaster class quarterbacks.
Kenny Pickett didn't really work out, did he?
Yeah, he was 20-something. Tiny mitts. That was my nickname for Pickett.
Oh,
small hands.
Yeah, did he?
Yeah.
So you were down on Pickett.
I was down on Pickett. And
Pickett comes up there.
But it's just like, at least Kenny looked good at moments, right? I mean, Pittsburgh thought they had a franchise guy for it.
Zach Wilson.
Oh, God. Yeah, that's it. That's the one. Wilson, I could argue, looked better than this. Zach Wilson.
No. Wilson looked better than what McCarthy's doing right now.
Yeah, he did. That's what I mean. This is advanced bad.
Historically bad.
Yes.
Again,
150.
Wilson was on the Jets. The Jets are a disaster. The Vikings are a well-run team. It's like somebody going to the Chiefs and stinking. Can't do it. It's unacceptable behavior. We just did 20 minutes on how much we hate J.J. McCarthy.
I don't mind it. It was that bad.
Mike's favorite segment of all time to bash the Michigan quarterback.
Love it. 87 yards on 20 attempts, Colin.
Get him out.
2 interceptions. I mean, and listen, I know the score was 23-6, but there were moments in that second half where they had chances to come back too. There were. And they completely fell on their face. They didn't score a point. You have Justin Jefferson. He didn't score a point.
And the worst part is you had 2 guys in the building that are both 1,000% better options than what McCarthy is. And Daniel Jones and Sam Darnold. And they thought they could get cute because they thought they had the young guy up and coming who had the meniscus injury all year. And it burned them.
You're going to yell at me, so I got to say it fast. This is a sign. This is a sign.
Sign for what?
We don't give a damn for the whole state of Michigan. We're from Ohio.
You think that McCarthy stinks and it's going to trickle down into the Michigan-Ohio State game?
Last part, and then I won't bring it up. We're from Ohio. Oh, H. We're from Ohio. Hey, oh!
That game's got to be amazing from the big house.
I had a chance to go.
Did you? Why aren't you going?
Because my favorite world football team, Inter Miami, won, and we are in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Oh, okay, that's great.
Yeah, we're in the Eastern Conference Finals. Game is going to be, I'm still working on it with our program director, Brian Rowitz and boss. Brian, I think it's going to be a 6 o'clock start, but there is a chance it could be a 4 o'clock start as well.
Oh, even better. You get out of there. You get your night open wide up. So if you
Is that right?
If you start pregame, what do you do, an hour?
3:30.
Oh, you do 3:30? I think you should do an hour for the
Is that right?
For the playoffs.
Oh, we're gonna change what we've done all year. So
It's
what
the playoffs,
Colin
it's the playoffs.
What Colin is alluding to, folks, I had a chance to go to Ohio State, Michigan this year. But, listen, our Herons won. It's great. It's a good time to be an Inter Miami fan. Damian Perez, our producer of the fifth quarter, presented by our good friends at Hard Rock Bet. Download that Hard Rock Bet app today. Dame, it's a great time to be an Inter Miami fan. Great time.
Absolutely. I mean, you were ecstatic after every goal that Inter Miami scored, and I bet. I mean,
Don't throw me under the bus.
First time Inter Miami's in the Eastern Conference Finals. I mean, this is an exciting time, Mike.
Yeah, it is. It's a great time.
I'll talk to Brian. We'll try to get you an hour pregame. I think you could do an hour pregame. All right? Looking forward to that. Mike Rizzo, Colin Russo, Damian Perez, the fifth quarter presented by Hard Rock Bet on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Tired of being sidelined by a sports injury? Get back in the game with Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Whether you're a professional athlete or even a weekend warrior, you can get back to doing what you love with our compassionate orthopedic team. Experience a new level of care and get back to your best. Welcome to being treated like a pro. Make an appointment today at baptisthealth.net/ortho or call 833-556-6764.
Kaiser University's flagship campus. The 100-acre residential campus at 2600 North Military Trail in West Palm Beach extends Kaiser University's educational offerings to over 100 degrees. Kaiser University also has an athletic program with 26 national championships, including back-to-back-to-back lacrosse titles, and they just won their first ever national championship for men's tennis. Visit KUSeahawks.com for the latest on the championship flagship campus of Kaiser University.
Come to Greenway Kia of West Palm Beach, where we're changing the game. No pushy salespeople, just friendly product specialists on salary, ready to help you find your perfect Kia. During the Kia Season of New Traditions sales event, save up to $11,000 off MSRP on select new Kias. We even put the factory invoice right on the windshield so you can see exactly what you're saving. No back and forth, just one manager from start to finish for a smooth, easy process. We'll handle your paperwork, transfer your tag and insurance, and even schedule a post-delivery review to walk you through your new features on your time. Can't make it in? We'll bring the test drive to you. So don't wait. Visit Greenway Kia of West Palm Beach today. No hassle, no pressure, just the perfect car for you. Online at GreenwayKiaWestPalmBeach.com.
We want to see ya in a Greenway Kia.
With approval through KF8 stock number SG005991. MSRP $45,235 plus tax, tag, and $9.99 admin fee. Discount includes all Kia factory rebates to dealer. Offers don't combine. Expires 1/5/26.
Join us for the 16th annual YMCA of the Palm Beaches Prayer Breakfast, Thursday, December 11th at the Breakers Palm Beach. Hear NFL legend, Super Bowl champion, and broadcaster Joe Theismann share his inspiring story of perseverance and purpose on and off the field. Support one of Palm Beach County's oldest nonprofits, serving children, family, and seniors since 1917. Learn more and reserve your seat at ymcapalmbeaches.org.
Touchdown! Racetrack is proud to support our local high school football teams. Whether it's Friday night lights or tailgate parties, Racetrack has whatever gets you going to fuel all the gridiron excitement this fall. Grab your favorite snacks, crispy chips, delicious Nathan's hot dogs, sweet treats, or our house-made pizza slices. Don't forget to quench your thirst with a variety of ice-cold drinks. Racetrack, your one-stop shop to fuel your football Fridays.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. Trade stocks and ETFs, options, futures, and crypto all on one platform. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Robinhood, the official jersey patch partner of the Miami Heat. All investments involve risk, including loss of principal. Options, futures, and crypto trading carry significant risk and may not suit all investors. Securities offered through Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC. Futures trading is offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Crypto offered through Robinhood Crypto LLC, NMLS ID 1702840, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Portfolio management offered by Robinhood Strategies, an SEC registered advisor.
Calling all sports fans, grab your MVP card and head to Duffy's where you can catch all of the action. Not an MVP? Sign up for free and start earning rewards today. Duffy's is voted the best sports grill year after year with their award-winning burgers and wings. Don't forget about Duffy's famous 2-for-1 drinks all day, every day. And with over 80 TVs in every location, you'll never miss a minute of the game. Visit Duffy'sMVP.com to learn more. Duffy's, our game is always on.
Overtime intensity, hard rock energy.
Dude, Max Crosby is so damn angry.
This is the fifth quarter, presented by Hard Rock Bet.
The fifth quarter presented by Hard Rock Bet on ESPN 106.3. Download the Hard Rock Bet app today. Get in on the action. You got Monday Night Football tonight where you can get started with the player props, player bets. You got Thanksgiving, Turkey Day. You got 3 games back to back to back on Thursday. You're going to be eating the food. You want to get the food coma. You're also going to want to place a couple bets on the Hard Rock Bet app. And best part is, place just a $5 bet on the app. If you win that first $5 bet, you get $150 in bonus bets. Do that. Sprinkle it all over the games on Thanksgiving Day. Have some fun with it. Good college basketball on right now. St. John's, Iowa State tied at 72 in the Players Era tournament with 6 minutes to go. We got our eyes on that.
I'll tell you what, Colin was breaking down St. John's for me like he was, Andy Katz. All right.
Well, I went to St. John's, Alabama.
You got too much, dude. You got too much college basketball knowledge. We need to get you on a podcast, kid.
I watched St. John's, Alabama in person, so that's why. I'm going to UConn, Illinois this weekend, Friday, 12 o'clock at MSG.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Friday, 12 o'clock MSG.
That's the feast.
And that's Hurley tickets, too.
Oh, so you're behind the bench.
I think so.
Dude,
so I'm excited for that.
I'm going to be looking for you.
Yeah, and that's going to be Stojakovic's kid, who's one of the best players I've ever seen.
And then Mitrovic, or I believe that's his
Mirakovic.
name. There you go. God, sorry.
Very good. Very good. A bunch of Eastern
Forgive
Europeans.
me, Jim.
They do their defensive rotations in Serbian.
And then the American Kylan Boswell, the point guard for Illinois. So there you go.
Neither here nor there. Nonetheless, you can bet on those games. You can bet on all the fun on the Hard Rock Bet app today. It's the perfect interface between experienced players and the brand new players. The interface caters to both. Try it now. Hard Rock Bet offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida must be 21 plus, physically present in Florida. The wager. Terms and conditions apply. If you or somebody who knows a gambling problem, please call 1-833-PLAY-WISE. All right, Damian Perez, our producer behind the glass today. Damian, I wish we could have made some money this weekend. I wish we could have had maybe an underdog or two that we would have pounced on. Let's do a little underdogs of the week. See if we could have made money over the week. All right, how this works. Let's put together a couple picks that we could have taken if we were smart and looked ahead a little bit and put that into a bet. Damian, you got the app together and we're ready to rock and roll?
Ready to roll.
All right. Can we do my team really quick? Wisconsin was plus 275 to beat Illinois over the
What
weekend.
a win. Luke Fickell's turning that program around.
Nope.
He just needs a little time.
Nope.
Fickell is the guy in Madison.
27-10. How about that? You still love that Illinois win from Ohio State?
I told you I'm down on Bielema.
How about Wisconsin?
I'm very down on
Wisconsin has honestly hurt Ohio State a little bit because they beat Washington and they beat Illinois. 2 big road games for Ohio State.
We're all good. We're worried about the team up north. Quickly on Bielema. He'll get away with it because Illinois fans are all right with going 8-4.
There. Yeah, right.
You thought they'd be able to compete this year. They didn't do it.
He's in a good spot.
And he's making about $8 million a year. So he's in a tremendously good spot with no expectations.
Add Wisconsin to the parlay. Let's go to the NFL side of things. Let's add a couple. The Browns were plus 140. How about your team?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I'm surprised they were plus 140 in that game.
I'm not. A rookie quarterback on the road. I know the Raiders stink. And my personal, beliefs aside about Shador and me thinking he could be a great quarterback, rookies on the road in this league, Colin, usually don't do well. Good bet. I was 1 touchdown away from hitting my plus 1,000 parlay. I needed 1 more touchdown with Shador.
And if we took the Cowboys on the money line too, imagine taking them live. I don't even know what that odds were.
Oh, dude,
probably
21.
Yeah, probably plus 500, but nonetheless, plus 135 straight up to win the game over the Eagles on Sunday.
And I want to give Dak Prescott a little credit. every single year, I sit here, I look at these box scores, goes, my God, Dak's a good quarterback. You know, the issue is people just think of that first round playoff game, home playoff game against the Niners where he ran out of time.
The Green Bay game.
Yeah, but I want to remind people too, maybe he was the last team to beat Tom Brady. They beat Brady in Tampa, and that was the last NFL game that Tom played.
Was that the last year?
Yep.
Because they had that first year. Brady was there for 3 years.
Yep, and they
or
lost
4 years. I don't know.
It was 3, and
they won the Super Bowl,
Yep.
and then the next year they lost to the Rams. Remember they were
Yep.
down 27-3, and they tied the game, and they had a chance, and they actually had a chance to win the game, and then Matthew Stafford had a game-winning drive to put them away.
Yep.
That Brady team wanted to win it all again.
Agreed. And then the last year was against Dak, and then the Cowboys, I forget who they lost to the round after, but regardless, you know, Dak has won a playoff game, but he's also played bad, and sadly, it's the Cowboys, the toxicity that comes with that. That's what people remember. I'd take him in a heartbeat.
You take him over Shedeur Sanders?
I mean, yeah, a proven NFL commodity.
Oh, you would?
But Shedeur is...
I'm surprised by
There's
that.
still all the talent in the world for a young man like Shedeur Sanders.
Right.
I'm a Shedeur man.
Right. I just thought maybe you'd take, Dak. All right, so we got 3 picks on the parlay. Damien, what does that add up to right now? Should we add one more? What does it look like?
Right now, we're looking at a $10 bet to win you 201.
That's pretty good.
Jeez.
Not bad at all.
But if
that's
we were
just $10.
If we were to add one more, I could go in a couple different directions here. You know, NC State was a big underdog against Florida State. That was the Friday night ACC game.
Hang on. Add that because I want to talk about it.
Plus 202.
Did you see? They gave Norvell a contract extension after that game. The punt hit off the guy's helmet. All right.
That was
all right.
That
Whatever.
Was
hang on. All right. Whatever. They get the ball back. Defense gets another stop. Guy waves a fair catch. No one within 3 yards of him, and he mucks it, and they lose the game 21-11. That I'll tell you what. Florida State fan, I feel for you. That is insanity. I'd be hitting my head against a chalkboard.
Retaining it, they can't afford it.
Correct. And that's all it's about. It's about money.
Cannot afford it.
It's all about money.
So they're going to be waiting for Mike Norvell to become less expensive to fire. Weird spot. I don't know if I'm a recruit how I get convinced to go play there with that, because you know that basically the school's just waiting for him to get cheap enough, inexpensive enough to throw out the door. Damien, that 4th pick, plus 202 for NC State. What does that come out to?
$628. $10 to win, $628.
I like it. That would have been awesome. That would have been a big-time parlay hit. Back to your Dak point.
Yeah.
We did this a couple weeks ago. Let's do this exercise again. How many teams in the National Football League say no to Dak services right now today? Let's go through it.
Okay, let's start with the AFC East.
Let's get the obvious ones out of the way. Bills, Chiefs, Ravens. They all say no. Rams say no. That's 4 teams right there.
Yep.
All right, so Bills, Chiefs, Ravens all say no.
Now, here's an interesting one. The Chargers.
Chargers say yes.
Over Herbert?
I would say so. I don't know if they would because they're proud of Herbert, but if they had to pick objectively, I think they would go with Dak. Dak's better than Herbert.
I agree. Let's keep teams like Tennessee out of it because we're still waiting.
I think Washington says no, just off the age. I think Washington.
I will say, can Jaden Daniels stay healthy? That was his big knock going into the league. Is he going to be durable?
I think
the Bears say no.
I would make the argument that Jaden Daniels sticks around. I would make the argument.
If you're going to say,
I would say the Bears say yes tomorrow.
Hang on,
not even a question.
Really, with how well Caleb's played this year?
Yeah.
They're 8-3.
The team has played great. I think that team is better.
I'll disagree with you on that one. What about the Packers?
Packers say yes, 1,000%.
I think, but
not even a question.
You want to know what delusional Packer fan will tell you? We beat them in the playoffs. We won in the playoffs.
I actually think if you had to ask Packer fan, I think they'd agree with that.
Dude, that guy.
I think that's so obvious. Dak is so much better than him.
It's so funny. It's so funny because, I know McCarthy was horrible, but what the hell did Jordan Love do in that game? Dude, for 120 yards on 25 passes. Anyway.
They played a good game, though. Very good game.
How about this? What would the Buccaneers say?
I think the Buccaneers would hesitantly say yes.
There's something wrong with them.
That is head-to-head.
I started counting that money too early on their over, I think, too.
New England would also say no.
Drake May. I would agree with that.
So
now, hang on. You would say New England.
May over Williams. Yes.
Okay.
I would.
Oof.
No, yes. 1,000%. 1,000%. Not even a question.
Cardinals are taking them, Colin. What about San Francisco?
Yes. Not even a question.
What about Kyle Shanahan liking his robot quarterback in Brock Purdy.
Whether you want to get into the nitty-gritty of it, they would say yes to Dak. Dak is so – he's on the biggest team in the league. He's almost underrated.
I agree.
You know, he's tricky in a big game. Does Seattle say yes?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I agree. Damien, you agree with that? Seattle says yes to Dak Prescott services right now?
I think so, yes.
Does Chicago say yes to Dak Prescott services right now?
No.
You think they keep Williams around?
I think they do. I think the jump that Caleb Williams has taken this season kind of gives you that upside.
And then he also has Ben Johnson. He had a bunch of clueless idiots leading.
I'm on the other side of
last
that. I think Chicago says yes in a second.
Wow.
I think they say yes in a second.
Yeah,
I don't think they make the age argument there because he hasn't had the highs that May and Jameis has had.
You also have to think contracts here. I mean, Dak is the highest paid player in the NFL.
True, but I think you get what you pay for. Does Cincinnati say yes?
Not yet. Not yet. If Burrow gets hurt again, then there's a conversation. Would you agree? You can't. Burrow's great. When he's healthy, he's great. That's my.
Is there a conversation today?
No, not yet. Too early.
All right.
If he gets injured a fourth time, then there will be a conversation.
Detroit says yes.
You're a big golf guy.
I'm a big golf guy. I think Prescott's underrated. Prescott usually has to play behind the 8 ball because either the offense or the defense is just not in a great spot.
Well, listen,
Dak's in the prime. Keep in mind, Dak's in the prime of his career right now.
I got a good one for you guys.
Go ahead.
The Eagles.
Yes. You want to sell me on
Eagle fan would say no. I say yes.
They're taking Dak with that offense. They're taking Dak in a second.
Eagle fan will tell you, we won a Super Bowl with Jalen Hurts.
The Eagles are taking Dak in a second. I think Howie Roseman would think very objectively when it comes to that. I get Jalen Hurts fine, but I think they would take Dak.
Would you make and quickly? I don't want to say we haven't talked much about it. But would you make of the Eagles bottling that game? Because
I can't read too. They were due for a loss, but I mean I can't read too far into it because we wanted the Cowboys there. I give the Cowboys credit. Now the Eagles' offense went completely. They went anemic. They had 2 fumbles on 2 straight possessions, one on a kickoff, and the other one Saquon Barkley uncharacteristically fumble. It was one of those games they just had the yips.
That was a 4 o'clock, right? I missed a lot of it.
Yes, that was 4:25.
I missed a lot of the second half.
they did nothing outside of those first 3 quarters. And A.J. Brown was involved. It's funny. Every time A.J. Brown gets heavily involved, they lose. It's funny. Nonetheless, all right, so since he says to Dak if the team was offered Dak Prescott tomorrow, the teams that would say no, definitely Rams, Bills, Chiefs, Ravens. Probably Washington, Tampa, New England, and most likely Cincinnati. That's what I got.
Dak's a top 8 quarterback.
7 or 8.
Yeah.
I think that's 7 teams.
And he's a deep playoff run away from being higher on the list. Because Lamar hasn't done anything in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's why. Why we hold
Burrow went to a Super Bowl, but
and you can make an argument that Dak could have an MVP to his name.
I'm surprised with Tampa on that list. I feel like Tampa would take Dak in a heartbeat.
I think I lean that way too.
Something's wrong with them, guys.
I lean that way too. You can't think too much contract. Player, need him today. I think they'd go Dak.
The 2 teams I look at in the NFL, and I know the Lions won, but the Lions and the Bucks, I go, there's just something ain't right. They should be better. They should be better.
They're not healthy. I mean, the Lions are getting healthier defensively, and they have issues because of the play calling. But on the other side of things, Tampa's just not healthy. Godwin has played 3 games all year. They're relying too much on Agbuka. No Mike Evans.
He's hurt. But how about that? Buka's banged up. He's really playing through
Bucky Irving didn't go on IR, but he missed 8 straight games, just suspiciously. It's just they gotten a little bad luck. So I think they're okay, but that's a team that needs to start winning some games here pretty soon.
The Rams are also interesting.
Rams keep Stafford.
I know Stafford's playing like ungodly this season.
He's the MVP right now.
You reset your timeline for you set your timeline back 5 years if you take that.
You're not totally. It's like an Anthony Davis, Luka Doncic trade a little bit, but
and keep in mind that Stafford signed a 2-year deal before the season.
I think for this year, if they need the guy for the year, I think they don't even question take Stafford. If you want to talk about future picks, then we could have a conversation.
Should Drake May be getting MVP votes?
Yeah.
31 most passing yards in the league, 21
absolutely.
touchdowns.
Yeah. I don't think he will get the MVP. It should be Stafford, but he should get votes. That's what you're saying.
Stafford 30 touchdowns to 2 interceptions.
Not
at
even,
this
yeah.
point. It's
Stafford's going to finish the year with 42, 43 touchdowns, 45 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions. That's an Aaron Rodgers year.
A guy who had back problems.
Devontae Adams is 1 touchdown away from catching up to Puka Nacua.
That's too soon, Dame. I lost fantasy this week because of Devontae. So how about this? Mike Rizzo down 5 points going into Sunday Night Football. Baker Mayfield and Emeka Egbuka. All he has is Devontae Adams. I lost by about 20 points.
Can I change the criteria really quick on this question?
Change the criteria. Go ahead.
Need him for this year. You get him for 17, 18 games. Take Washington out. I think New England says
Baltimore.
Take May. I think take May out.
Baltimore. Jackson's played.
They would take Jackson if
you
asked them at the beginning of the year. You ask them at the beginning of the year. We need you for 1 year, right? 1 year. I think the Chiefs, Rams, Bills, and Ravens stay.
Okay. So rewind back to September and week 1.
Right. I mean, maybe the questions about Prescott were a little bit more glaring because he was hurt last year. But if we're thinking objectively in terms of where he ranks, I think most teams in the NFL outside of maybe 5.
I don't think the Bengals would have took him.
Bengals wouldn't have taken him too. There's 5. Chiefs, Bills, Ravens, Rams, Cincy. I think everybody else says yes.
The Patriots?
Yeah.
Wow.
But what about Trevor Lawrence?
How do you think Trevor Lawrence would do? Wait till he gets to a Kevin O'Connell team.
Colin would pay for the ticket.
Down the line, he will be a Kevin O'Connell quarterback, and he's going to win 16 games. He's going to go 16-1.
He's going to go undefeated.
He's going to go 16-1.
He's going to go undefeated.
Yeah. Just wait for it.
16-1.
Just wait for it.
Sorry.
When he gets – Dan Orlovsky had a tweet today, and he goes, Trevor Lawrence has about 4 plays a game. He's like, I'm going through the Jags film. Trevor Lawrence has 4 plays a game that makes you think he's the best player in the sport. And then he has 3 or 4 drives a game where you question if he's played football before. That's him. Lawrence is awesome. After a win.
You're giddy about your team. We're both giddy about
After a win, I'm all over it. I love him, but he drives me crazy.
Damien, who would you take, Shedeur Sanders or Trevor Lawrence?
Oh, please. Oh, my God.
He's thinking about it.
Right now?
What are you thinking?
He's thinking about it.
Lawrence.
No,
Trevor Lawrence.
No. Quarterback for the future, Shedeur Sanders or Trevor Lawrence?
I mean, future, I would take my shot on Shedeur.
I'm a Shedeur man.
But if I'm creating a team for this season, it's Trevor Lawrence.
I'm a Shedeur man.
Yeah, you guys are lost.
I'm trying to find that song. By the way, it's a fan-made song. Can't find it.
Hey, you guys are dead
I think
wrong.
it disappeared.
You guys are dead wrong. Dead wrong. Please.
I think it disappeared.
I mean, you know what you're getting from Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah,
at the end of the day.
No, here's the thing. You don't know what you're getting, and you do know that you don't know what you're getting.
We know Trevor Lawrence.
You know he's going to give you a game, either awful or great.
Can Trevor Lawrence win a Super Bowl, Colin?
No.
I got a problem with that.
You got a problem with that.
If you're a Jag fan, you ultimately want to win a Super Bowl.
Is it actually crazy that he could pull off like a Flacco run and just do it out of nowhere?
I still can't believe Joe Flacco won it.
Is that a crazy? I don't think that's that crazy.
But he turns the ball over.
Remember,
too much.
I told you. He's like Eli.
Hang on,
Eli turned the ball over.
Give Big Bird some credit. In his prime, he didn't really turn the ball over. Flacco didn't really turn the ball over.
Eli.
Dude, Lawrence he'll literally throw the ball to he'll granny throw the ball to the other team, it seems.
Eli.
Do not compare Trevor Lawrence to Eli Manning.
Eli. Eli's the Tom Brady of Jameis Winston's.
He's the Tom Brady stopper.
He's the Tom Brady of Jameis Winston's.
Oh, this again.
Lawrence is the Josh Allen of Jameis Winston's.
Fair enough.
You following?
I've learned this shtick a couple of weeks back.
Jameis Winston is the spectrum. Josh Allen is the talent level. Mike Rizzo, Colin Russo, Damian Perez will do our Monday Night Football picks. On the other side of things, stick around. It's Russo and Rizzo and the fifth quarter presented by Hard Rock Bet and ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3. This is ESPN 106.3, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Find official rules for all your favorite ESPN West Palm contests by visiting ESPNWestPalmContests.com. That's ESPNWestPalmContests.com. You're listening to ESPN 106.3, the ESPN app, and streaming on your smart speaker.
Winter is coming and your neighborhood DQ Grill and Chill is ready. Treat yourself to the new Peppermint Bark Blizzard or the Frosted Sugar Cookie Blizzard. 2 festive flavors that taste just like the holidays. Still hungry? Try DQ's Sweet Chili Tossed Chicken Tenders. A perfect balance of sweet and heat. And while you're at DQ Grill and Chill, make your celebration complete. Stop in today and order your DQ holiday cake. DQ Grill and Chill with 2 convenient locations, 4828 Lake Worth Road and US 1 just south of North Lake.
There are just a few Dolphins games left this season at Hard Rock Stadium. If you've been thinking about getting to a game, now's the time. Single game tickets are still available with seats across all levels, from the 300s to premium club options. Dolphins football is about more than what happens on the field. It's about who you're with, the atmosphere, and being part of something bigger. Grab your tickets now at MiamiDolphins.com/tickets.
Hey, it's Kirk Herbstreit. On game day, great prep makes all the difference. Same goes for your pizza. That's why I go with Frigidaire Stone-Baked Pizza Oven. Fresh pizzas go from dough to done in just 2 minutes.
Whether you're throwing a party or squeezing in dinner between plays, this oven delivers hot, crispy, restaurant-quality pizza right from your kitchen. Only from Frigidaire. Game-ready pizza. Get it today at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
From kickoff to cash out, ESPN Bet has the tools you need to score more on game days. Bet smarter with stats at your fingertips. Get personalized parlays built just for you. And with your fantasy team synced right in the app, you can back your squad. Right now, new customers get $100 in bonus bets when you bet $10. Sign up with promo code USL to get started. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Hi, this is Scott Smith of Smith, Ball, Baez, and Prather, Florida Injury Lawyers. I have said it many times before, and I will continue to say it for many years to come. There is never a good time for a car accident to occur, and most certainly never ever a good time to suffer injuries in any type of an accident. The accident and its overall aftermath will usually cause pain, difficulty, and stress. Florida law allows accident victims to recover compensation for such losses, injuries, and damages. But such recovery is often not obtained easily and can require a lengthy fight with an insurance company. If you've been injured in an accident, call us now. Don't delay. The initial consultation is completely free of charge. The sooner you call us, the sooner we can put our experienced legal team to work for you. Don't hesitate or pause for another minute. Our experience, knowledge, and resources could be working for you just minutes after the call. If you've been injured, the lawyers at Smith, Ball, Baez, and Prather will help. Call us at 500-HELP, 500-HELP. With Smith, Ball, Baez, and Prather, help is just a phone call away. Offices Palm Beach Gardens, Boca Raton, and Port St. Lucie.
It's overtime. It's sudden death.
13Z, Devery Henderson, Chris Ivory, green right nasty, Z peel, fake slash 37, Buster Bluff, naked right X post, wide light. That'll be the first call.
This is the fifth quarter, presented by Hard Rock Bet.
And the best part is about watching a game like tonight where you don't have a dog in the fight. You can just throw in a little action on the Hard Rock Bet app.
Absolutely. And I am going to be hitting that Hard Rock Bet app coming up tonight. There's plenty to bet on, folks. Obviously, there's Monday Night Football, but we got a full slate of college basketball. You got NBA on. No better time to get started with Hard Rock Bet. Also, rivalry week, right? You got a big slate of college football. I thought the college games, I agree with Kyle, the college games left me, kind of feeling empty this weekend. We're all really waiting around until this coming Saturday and rivalry weekend. I'm going to be sprinkling action on all these games coming up with Hard Rock Bet. Inter Miami is in the Eastern Conference Finals. That game's coming up on Saturday as well. You can bet on all the other World Football Leagues as well. And don't forget the World Cup right around the corner coming up this summer. No better time to get involved with Hard Rock Bet. If you're snowbirds, if you're new here and you don't have Hard Rock Bet downloaded yet, you got to download it because it's the only legal sportsbook here in the state of Florida. Bet $5 on any game, and if you win your game, you can win $150 in bonus bets. That's for new customers. Check out the 100 promo where you get boosted odds. the first 100 gamblers that see it and take action on it, get those boosted odds, and then you get in more. So download the app today, and that is offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus, physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. If you're concerned about gambling, please call 1-833-PLAY-WISE. That's 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
Mike Rizzo, Colin Russo, the fifth quarter presented by Hard Rock Bet on ESPN 106.3. You got the Carolina Panthers taking the field tonight against the San Francisco 49ers. Damien, let's get into our Monday Night Football best bets. All right, here's what we got in the Hard Rock Bet app. 49ers are 7-point favorites. The over-under is set at 49.5. To win the game, Panthers are plus 300 in the game.
You're taking the Panthers?
No. No. If this was next week, if this game specifically, Mike, the only reason I think this, it's about what week it is. It's not about what opponent, it's about what week.
I mean, Kyle, the only bet here is, I think, San Francisco. Over-under, we could have a conversation. San Francisco doesn't really, run it up. I mean, I know they scored 41 points last week.
I would say -7. Take the -7 with 49ers and take the under.
We get burned every time we take the under. Dating back to the friggin' Orange Bowl last year.
It says 32-10 written all over it.
And is Bryce Young going to move the ball? Forgive me for saying no.
A week after the best game of his career? Absolutely not.
On the road across country to San Francisco?
They could play this was next week, they would win.
It's that simple.
But the fact is that it's this week, the week after the good game.
So the bets are taken care of. It's San Francisco, and it's the under. Now let me ask you this. Is San Francisco a contender this year, or are they a pretender? Because I think they're a pretender.
Yeah, they're a pretender. But they might get into the postseason because they have the easy
They always, this is what Shanahan does. They were down last year. They're going to make the postseason. I even say watch them win a game. I'm not going to, listen, Super Bowl, let's pump the brakes a bit. But to win a playoff game and to muck things up with the run game and the defense that's probably going to be healthier come towards season end, I could see them winning a playoff game, but I say they're a pretender because they can't. You think of Kyle Shanahan, what's the one thing he hasn't done? Win a Super Bowl. He's been to 2, hasn't won the big one. So when you think of the Niners, it's a Super Bowl. With that said, I think they're a pretender because they cannot win a Super Bowl this year with all the injuries.
Technically been to 3 with Atlanta.
Right, sorry. And then he dropped Matt Ryan back and got sacked for about 20 yards, and they had to punt the ball and got knocked out of field goal range. Jeez. I was Kyle, senior year of, I think, or maybe junior. It was junior or senior year at OU. I was at OU. I wasn't at Ohio State anymore. I was at OU. Granted, we had a couple of cocktails that day. My buddy Ope looks at me and goes, Riz! And he points to the TV, and I go, what? I had no idea that turned into a game because we saw
28-3.
We're like, goodbye. We started bar hopping and whatever, and sure enough, at the second bar, we go back to Seaside. I'm like, what? That's the score? And then obviously you watched it till the bitter end.
Yeah, bad. Not good. Not good. I'm down on Shanahan because of that specifically. But nonetheless, all right, so any player props that you're interested in today? I mean, here's what the passing.
McCaffrey. Dude, the whole team this year is.
McCaffrey receiving, I would take. 47.5. That's light.
You're buying the front 7 for the Panthers tonight, huh?
Not even that. I'm just thinking he's a receiving back, 47 yards.
I know. I'm trolling. Dude, you want to take the Panthers so bad.
No, I do not.
Take the Panthers.
Mike, I've been telling you for weeks. Mike, I told you earlier. I told you a week ago. See, you don't understand how to read the Panthers.
Canales.
You got no read on the Panthers.
None. That's why they knocked me out of the big-time Survivor.
You got no read. You don't know when to take them, when not to. This is a game where you do not take them.
Son of a guns.
This is when you do not take them. McCaffrey leads the team in receiving yards. Tell me it's 47.5.
Oh, God. Is Ayuk? Yeah, Ayuk ain't playing.
Well, I remember they just had a divorce. He's going to leave the team.
Unbelievable.
Purdy does love George Kittle.
You want to take George Kittle, Damien?
Since Purdy's return, and even last year, Kittle just absolutely goes off.
My God, they're playing Kendrick Bourne.
You want to know how many games McCaffrey has had under 47.5 receiving yards this year? Twice. And he's played in every game. We're taking that over.
He's got five receiving touchdowns. He has more receiving yards than rushing yards. I'm all over this.
Yeah.
I agree.
47.5. Not a question.
I agree.
It just moved to 46.5. Thank you. George Kittle's 56.5 is the number.
Download the Hard Rock Bet app and join us on the fun.
Clearly, we don't. We're just gonna. I'll take anything San Francisco. Anything San Francisco tonight. I'm all over.
I cannot wait for you. Listen, I won't be here tomorrow. So listen, Damien and Colin, you guys have fantastic Thanksgivings. I love each and every one of you. But I wish when the Panthers win this game, because we're on so opposite sides. Remember I said that. All right, plus 300,
Is your
sprinkle a little cash.
I'm taking a three-leg parlay. That's going to be Christian McCaffrey over on receiving yards 46.5. That's a steal. Under 49 points, this is going to be 32-10. And then 49ers -7. Mike, what's your score prediction?
Give me San Francisco 24-13.
Damian?
I got San Francisco winning 32-10.
Nice.
24-13.
Like it.
Couple of field goals.
Big thanks to Damian Press helping us out. Mike, enjoy your holidays. We'll be back at it tomorrow, 4 to 6 p.m. right here on ESPN 106.3.
The preceding program